Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Collide, where we collide all things, when we do all things differently and wonderfully. Hopefully, we'll get some newcomers today. Hopefully, we'll have a conversation with YouTube and Facebook. Hopefully, we'll have a good turnout. In the meantime, we have our panelists here with us to have a conversation with set topics that we have today. And the topics are Wonder Man reaction, Wonder Man, Wonder Woman might be canceled, Spider Man might be getting new team ups. We'll be having those sets of topics today. And to hear with me is my panelist is also my producer. Um, Pat, you in the building? And then you have my other two comrades, Sky. Sky, you in the, yup. OG, you're in the building. There you. Today we're gonna have a good time having these sets of conversations that we always love to talk about, love to enjoy and have conversations that we enjoy. And you know, like for example, today we will be talking about Wonder Man and how Wonder Man did, and have a serious conversation of Wonder Man within itself. Um, Guys, I'm also gonna send you guys a Metacritic. Uh, this is what I was waiting for when it began. You know, we had the break one, right? You remember we had the one before we watched it and listened to the critics and stuff like that. Y'all remember that? Right. So so I'm a post it in Clubhouse so you guys could read along or could see the difference that I'm showing also um people on YouTube that what's really happening, what's really getting down. So just give me 1 second. So yeah, this is Wonder Man. You know, critic said a 74. You know, uh, other other people. Let me hold up. I got you guys. Let me fix this up real quick so you guys could actually see what I'm saying. There you go. I can see my work. There we go. Sorry about that. Today is not always it's not always perfect, but I try. There we go. Now we all fixed up here. Let me check in the back office to make sure everything right. Just want to make sure everything right. All right. So you see that on Metacritic it shows a 6.7, and the critics are like going ham with it. Like it shouldn't even have one to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? They're just saying like, oh, the, Scott, Sky and OG? Did y'all get to watch it yet? Wonder Man.
I have.
Cool. So out of 30 users, right? Sky, you watched it yet?
Yeah.
Pat, you watched it yet? But out of out of let's see here, out of 30 reviews, right? There's only six negatives, right? And the negatives is not that uh bad, I guess, because it some of them are one word sentences and stuff like that. You know, it would it, I would agree with some of these takes. For example, uh, I ain't gonna hold you. Double A, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm right with what Double A is saying. Like, let me see if you guys can see that. Like, it was a little bit boring, but if you stick to it, it lands its plane, and it does, land its plane, and on top of that is led by a a Haitian person. So I'm down with that. I didn't even think that would be possible, and you know, but it was awesome to see that little bit of heritage. Let me just try make sure that I can fix this right so you guys could read along on YouTube. You know, there we go. Like Double A saying right here, uh, extremely boring, but film, nothing happens. It's a guy with irrelevant super strength trying to get a film role with Ben Kingsley follows him around. Well, with Double A, I kind of agree with her, but then again, I kind of disagree with her or him, if that's the case. Um, OG and Sky, do you agree with this bad press with Double A? that it got boring a little bit.
I already knew what it was. I already said it was going to be that. So I already knew what it was.
But the thing about it is that it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad as watching Joker, but, or watching these type of uh yeah, you heard me, Scott. You heard that correct. You heard that correct. You know,
It wasn't really like it was a superhero movie, but it was like a little too realistic. A little too more like he was more trying to be human than anything.
but you know why though, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, shit. Well, because he was supposed to hide his powers while he was using like as he was because his part that he played he couldn't really have superpowers, so
Yeah,
he had
but
to
who
really
messed it
hide
up?
them from him.
Who messed it up? Who messed it up for everybody?
I forgot the guy's name.
Doorman.
Yeah.
Doorman.
Yeah,
Doorman messed it up.
yeah, facts. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that was the rule of. And that was their number one rule. You're not supposed to have no powers, so he had to hide them the whole time.
yeah, but this whole time he hid his powers, but damage control wasn't after them. You know what I'm saying?
Damage control was after whoever was um the next who
Wonder Man.
yeah whoever's the next Wonder Man, they was looking for whoever that person was.
For
They just didn't
real?
know who it was. They didn't know who that person was gonna be. So I think they
Oh,
put
so
that.
so you
I
say,
feel like they put that movie out for that. I feel like they put that movie out like when they was doing
oh,
that
they
little movie
faked
thing.
it. They faked
Yeah, like
it.
they faked that movie. They put that fake
Oh,
ass movie out so they could find out who the real Wonder Man was. And then when he found
oh,
out who he was,
okay. That makes
dude that was
sense.
playing
That makes
whatever,
sense.
yeah, the dude that was playing Mandalorian, the one
Yeah,
that was like his mentor or whatever. I'm gonna consider his mentor. He he was put to like coerce him into like giving up his abilities,
Becoming
like
Wonder
yeah,
Man.
finding out who he is. Now they just want him to give insight. Like they put wires on this nigga body and everything. Like they was putting wires on him and everything. So they was like, yo, just get information from him so we could have a reason to come and grab him.
yeah. But they didn't know who's the man in the mirror.
Yeah, they didn't know at first. They didn't know. They still kind of don't know. And because Homeboy crushed that tape when he had that shit wrapped up on his chest, when he had that little tape recorded when he was doing that little thing for the cops, and he crushed it up, he knew like I ain't gonna give this man up, like because
Yeah,
that dude didn't even care. To tell you the truth,
Don't worry about
homie didn't even really care about him having a super ability. He actually wanted to be an actor. He wanted to be somebody in the industry. So he wasn't trying to lose his acting role because of his supposed disability, which is ability, but to them it's like a disability. Like you being like now you like what they call like you have a extra like you enhance like you can't be a part of this, bro. Like that first dude, he was over here warping. Like I was telling Skylar like he was warping through the like he was throwing like money bags through his body, bro. Like he like bro, dude jumped in his stomach and didn't even come out the other end. He's like, I'm about to go in, and he went in and never came out the other end. Then nigga threw him up.
Kadoman got sick.
He threw him up, bro. He threw him up. He's like, yo, wait.
Yeah, he
And
got
nigga jumped
sick.
in with a bag of money, bro. He threw them all up.
yeah. Doorman shouldn't got drunk
Yeah,
because he lost.
Doorman didn't. Yup. Go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead. What you were saying?
I said Doorman should kept on drinking because we didn't know where that junk came from, and he didn't know, but he just thought that he'll have this power forever. But mind you, it just got into his system because it's a slush, and he didn't even like really he really didn't know his ability like that. He just was playing around with the ability, and it got him gigs gigs and stuff like that. Mind you, if he still had his powers, he moved like a militant doorman. He moved like he's very militant, and I liked that character. Um, I liked that character, and I liked it how the character was progressing in the story of Wonder Man because it kind of correlates with him now based on watching the whole entire show. Is like Doorman was Doorman is not relevant to his story in some sense. It's like they put Doorman for a holdout for the finale. You get what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, Doorman keep getting wasted, keep getting drunk, and and the slush couldn't couldn't do it no more. So he threw up, and then based on his throw up, his friend is stuck in some dark hole that he don't even know how to take him out. And then they didn't even finish that story out of is he crying? Is he melting? Is he trying to figure out how to bring his friend back? You get what I'm saying, OG and Scott? Like you don't
Yeah,
get none of
I,
that from Doorman. Like
I, I wanted to say something about the other guy.
what? What other guy?
Do you realize that the actor who got trapped is the same actor who played, who voiced, uh, in Frozen Olaf
Oh, he's Olaf in
and,
Frozen.
and, and, uh, and, and the cartoon,
That's crazy. But
the fat guy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know who you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
They made the little references
I mean,
to Frozen with the guy who got, trapped.
but am I crazy for thinking that though? Doorman was like idiotic, quirky. He just he if he had he, it's like he didn't have no brains, no thought process. He just kept getting drunk and then saying some corny ass joke called knock knock.
Mm.
Every show that he took had to be something about Doorman. There was no him trying to wait, pause. What is this power? Where did this come from? Who do I need to speak to? Nah, they didn't even do none of that for Doorman. It's like Doorman. I hope. I hope like read some of these right here, like because um I do hope that there's a second season. And
Me
there's
too.
there's a rumor out here. I'm gonna give y'all a source too, YouTube, YouTube and Club, that there is that, and um we're gonna also talk about that, and we're gonna also talk about another source that one of my panelists, which is not here, he gave me one to also talk about because it's correlated to Wonder Man and uh the audience review. The audience review gave it a 6.7 because of the fact of six users gave it. Some gave it a. Let me see. There's only three twos. Damn. And one, two, three. So it's 3 and 3. With the I read double A's. I cannot read that one because I'm not Spanish or I I don't know what to tell you. But Chipotle says here, for his two, it's all being said before all the point. Is there any point rehashing it? No one cares. Stop race swapping characters and create new ones. A shot about Hollywood battling superhero fatigue is boring. Wonder Man is a very overpowered character to introduce in such a small, meaningless, meaningless way. Does comic book history even matters anymore? That's Chipotle. Uh, let's see here. We will have a conversation with that. Sky, you here with me? Pat, you here with me?
Hey,
Yeah, Chipotle is saying that stop race swapping. How you feel about that? And
I already had. I already said it was like I already gave it a six from the last what's name. I already gave it that because I knew it wasn't going to be like what everybody expected it to be. Like the expectations of it was accurate, but at the same time, I already knew like it wasn't going to be that. You know what I mean? I knew it wasn't going to be
mhm.
nothing too exciting. I felt like it was more, like I said. I felt like it was just more like a prologue, but also just explaining like the powers and how even superheroes have emotions.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect it to be great. You know what I mean? But I sent you a link to Reddit. They was doing reviews on that too. I seen a lot of good reviews on it. Like the first couple ones was actually good reviews. They was like more down to earth. I mean, it was more sensible.
Oh, on Reddit.
Yeah, yeah, Reddit. There's a lot of people like talking about it. So I seen a lot of nice amount of reviews for it.
Definitely. Give me 1 second. I got you. I understand. I would say this. Um, that there's only six users that's disliking it because of you know other people saying like the way this writing style, this production style is not uh modern. We would say, Sky. Would it be modern or would it be
Like I
a
said, it was
punch?
like Atlanta. You feel me? It was like it was too like it was like too down to earth. It was like really, it was really like somebody really actually going through something instead of being a superhero show. It was superheroish, but it was like more like what I mean, dealing with an actual person's problems, but he had superpowers.
But then again, this is his origin. This is his origin. This is him making mistakes at the same time. Right or wrong though. He's making mistakes. and
That's correct.
he
I don't
don't
expect him to be saving, millions of people, but no, I mean, he was just a little bit. It was just like, I felt more human traits than superhero traits. You feel me? I felt like he had like a superpower, but he was like more like dealing with human issues, like, you know what I mean, like
hmm
I don't know. It was like more modern, and it was more like realistic instead of being like superheroic. You know what I mean? Like he didn't seem like a superhero to me. He seemed like he was a person that has special abilities, but he has problems with his abilities, and it's affecting his life and his family around him and stuff. It was too
hmm
real.
I see what you're talking about.
I do too. Uh, but I don't know if you noticed. He's his own worst enemy.
Yeah,
He
cause he don't,
really is.
cause he doesn't know how to control. He doesn't know how to control his anger, and
Well,
and
well, his,
the Mandarin helps him with that. So you can't hate the Mandarin for that. At the same token,
well,
even though,
I don't believe that Mandarin is helping him with
that's
that.
part of it.
huh?
Mandarin is not helping him with that.
What you
He's
say?
manipulating. He's manipulating him. He kind of like came after when he kind of like realized who he was as a person. Then he was like feeling some type of way about like, oh, I feel bad that I'm doing this to this man because he was over here. He was conning him the whole time. The whole time he was conning him. He wasn't doing nothing for him. When he called him to go do that interview for the job, that was all for the gimmick. It was all for the gimmick to get him to just like they trying to expose him. They was trying to expose him the whole time. Like they was trying to get him to they were
So
trying to
what
get him to
made
do what
what?
that
So
they were trying to
when
get
get
him
him
to
to
do
change his
they were trying
mind?
to get him to do what old boy did. What was his name?
What
They were trying to get him to do what what was the other guy's name? Um
Doorman?
Yeah,
doorman?
he was trying to get they were trying to get him to do what Doorman did. They was trying to get him to do that. They were like, all right, we want to see if he going cause Doorman at first he didn't show his abilities. Once they found out he had abilities, they utilized his abilities and made him show his abilities on live. So nobody knew that in the 70s at this time he had something like it looked like AI or it looked like some type of like TV technology. Like, oh, he throwing shit through his stomach. He could warp through walls. He could do weird shit. Like people was entertained by that. So
Yeah, people
but
like the
until
audience.
they
The
pushed it,
audience. I would say that the audience loved doorman because of what
but
he was.
they pushed his limits too far. What they did was they pushed his limits too far, and
Yeah. Yup.
before he said something, he ended up losing
Yup.
because they forced him doing shit, and before he was able to be like, "Yo, I can't do all that," is overwhelming me. He ended up losing, and then when they come find Homeboy, the other actor, when he went missing when they was doing that scene, bro, and they come find that nigga, the fuck now he all over the news. Like, well, they watched him on live jump in this nigga's stomach and never came out.
It made him look like
He never came out, bro.
he did.
They were like, yo. So now they were like, yo. It been 2 weeks, or they were like, it been 2 months, 3 months, and we haven't seen such and such. I can't
And he
remember his
was
name. I
never
only watched him
spoke
but one
again.
time.
And he never was spoke again, my G.
Yeah, but they never. They was trying to. They was like, yeah, because his family's trying to find him. Everybody's trying to find him and shit like that. So they try to be realistic with it. Like people were trying to figure out what happened to this person. He just was on scene. Now he's not. He been doing this with this person for such and such a long time. All of a sudden, where would he go? They like, bro. So they grabbed that nigga. They put him in a facility. They grabbed him. What was it? These what they call him? The D what? The D what you call them? The
Doorman?
yeah the people that they grabbing up all them superhumans.
Oh, I know you're talking about. I'm with you.
The
I
ones
know you're
that's
talking
looking
about.
for that the one that's looking for Wonder Man. The people that's looking for Wonder
Yeah.
Man is the
Yeah, I know
same
you're
people
talking
that
about.
grabbed up. It's the same people that grabbed up um. Let's see, I'm fucked up. What was his name again? The
The
first.
Mandarin?
Oh, damn.
All right, no, Doorman. They grabbed
Oh yeah,
Doorman up
doorman.
first,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? They grabbed Doorman up. They found out who he was, locked him up. and they said they ain't gonna never be out. He never gonna come out and do nothing again until we figure out what the fuck happened to old boy. So they got him in like a facility or something, trying to figure out like where did this nigga just go? Not knowing
Wait,
this nigga
do
got
they
no
need Wonder Man for that?
Nah, what it is, I'm not saying what it is because I don't know, but what I think it is, I
Yeah,
think they
just
just trying to
theorize.
grab him up. I think they trying to grab him up just so they could find out what his abilities is, because he doesn't have the same abilities as Doorman.
Nah, you don't.
He might have Doorman abilities and they don't know about, but he has his own abilities. They trying to figure those abilities out. So they trying to figure out what he can do and how strong he is as a superhuman, and they trying to see like if we could automatically they want to grab him up and just lock him in wherever they locked up Doorman, and Doorman probably dead.
But bro,
No,
you know what I hate? You know what
Nigga,
I
I
hate
don't know.
about
I don't know if
yo
Doorman could die or not.
yo
So if
yo
you thinking
G.
about it, if he's from the '70s, from 30 years later, bro, 30 years later, nigga,
he could be
come
dead
on,
by
bro.
then.
He was old as hell already. Doorman was old as hell when he was doing them scenes in the movies. He was old already. Like he wasn't old, but like, come on, bro. He was like 40 something, 30 something. At the latest, like 30. So just add like
So
20
wait,
years on that. He like 50 something.
Wonder Man and Doorman are not the same uh year year apart because when Wonder Man started
Doorman's from
hiding was
1970.
Wonder Man was starting to hide his abilities once he heard about Doorman. Once he heard
Exactly.
about
All right. So Doorman
so they're
abilities
both
was
in the
out
same
from the
the
70s. So like not to cut you off, Doorman abilities came out in the 70s, right? So
mhm
he was already like he knew. All right, so say for example, he was if I don't know, maybe he had his abilities from the 70s. So say 75, they found out like he was this other person more than what he said he was, and they now they trying to figure out him out, and they utilized him and made money off him until it got bad for them. It made bad for the industry, and they locked him up because it made it look bad. Like somebody, like I said, somebody got sucked up in
mhm
his stomach, so they don't know
yeah.
what the fuck. So years later, now if you watch, I don't know what episode you are on Wonder
I'm
Man,
done.
but
I
okay,
complete.
so all right, so remember when Wonder Man was watching that TV? He was watching like a YouTube video or some shit. He was like watching a video or something.
Yeah,
I'm thinking the whole time. All right, so the episode started in black and white.
yeah, it did.
That whole episode was telling you about Doorman.
Yes.
So when he was done watching that episode, then he got realization like, oh shit, like these niggas is looking for niggas. Like they not
Oh yeah,
literally here.
yeah. You realize that?
He kind of got a realization like, yo, these niggas might be on to me. And at that point in time, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that this nigga even had like I didn't even like it. I started talking. I didn't even know that he knew anything about Doorman. I don't think I think that was like the third episode or something. They didn't know
Yeah.
nothing about Doorman. He didn't know nothing about Doorman. He just know
Nah,
what
I
he
don't think.
had, his
Yeah,
ability.
he didn't know about
And it was
Doorman.
hiding his family, which his mother and his brother knew about his ability.
Yeah, and his girl knew too.
I'm gonna just take that. I'm gonna just take it off the whim, and that doesn't make
His
sense if
girl,
they didn't know because
his girl knew.
yeah, they
Who-
knew. So I'm pretty sure your mom and your brother knew
Yeah,
how
his
you was.
mom. Come on, his mom is
I was just
Haitian.
telling Sky that. I'm like, yo, his mom was
His
literally
mom is Haitian.
like
So
babying him as a grown man, like, oh my son, I love you, this and that. Like she don't want to trigger him to be mad or nothing.
yes, yes.
But the brother was always the trigger. Like he do shit, say shit, and made him get to a point where he do shit and he like and he did that shit in front of the nigga. I can't think of his name, bro. I just keep calling him the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
But
Travel?
yeah. Trevor. Yeah,
The
yeah. Trevor.
Mandalorian,
Trevor.
what's his name?
Trevor.
Trevor. He's sitting there. Trevor's sitting there. He acting like he don't know what the fuck going on, but he knows everything that's going on the whole time because
Hmm
he knew from the beginning when they grabbed him up. when he came in there and they seen him, they was like, yo, they grabbed him up, bro. And but when he seen who he was as a person, is like he just want to be an actor, like and that dude that playing the Mandalorian is an actor, but he went to prison for some other shit. It was a lot. That's why I said to me in general, I fucked with it because it kind of give you like
What's your rating 1 to 10 though?
what I would rate it from a 1 to 10. I give it like a 7.5.
That's what the
The only reason
critics.
I put the point five
That's
on it,
what
I put
that's what the
the
That,
critics.
point
and
five,
that's what the critics give it. You
Yeah,
see?
and that's crazy. I never seen that.
You
I
what?
never seen
yeah,
that,
the
and I'm
critics
only gonna
gave.
put that point five on it. I put the point five on it only because it ended good, but it ended bad too. Like it ended good enough to like I want to see the next season. Like y'all
But
niggas, they always
but
do
I
that
want
shit.
to
But
know. I want to know
the
what's
last
going
two
on
episodes,
with.
niggas started getting physical. Like
Yeah, I
if you
definitely
see
want.
it, he was getting physical.
You know what you saying?
I definitely want to know uh about Doorman. If anybody from Marvel, like I'm not trying to down you or nothing like that, but just have a little criticism here that the next season, let us know what's going on with Doorman. If you're gonna cut him dry, cut him dry. But at the same token, I would say personally, as a audience, that if you was gonna make Doorman a a second lead character within the universe of Wonder Man, with the way you're creating Wonder Man, I like the full story and stuff like that. But with Doorman, but I wish that he had more logical sense. He straight lace. He was a street dude. The way he moved, he's a straight dude. But he missed a little bit of smarts. He you know how, for example, Hulk, when Hulk got his powers, he didn't just act stupid. He's a well-known scientist. He figure out what type of power he had, how much strength he needs to pull, how much less anger he needs to apply. He developed that within the first round time. But with this is like the same thing with Wonder Man. It's like you're treading along his his ability. I get that you want to give the background of the story of Wonder Man and stuff like that. I'm with you. But it's just that I wish that instead of having these episodes 40 minutes long and stuff like that, give us an hour because you have it on stream. Like, come on. Like, let's get real. These 30-minute sessions don't give everything legit. Like, they don't give it. That's how people get bored a little bit because of the way you you put in these shows, like boring people out with all these metacollies, all these weird ways of inputting writing. I'm not saying I'm a good writer. I'm not saying I'm a good uh communicator, but that's why I have, my panelists here with me to come up on a stage and have these dialects and have these conversations, so I know that I'm not going nuts. I know that I'm thinking logically and thinking soundly about what Marvel and DC is producing. So therefore, like you heard it from Sky and his friend, it's straight up. It's a straight up seven. And but critics user score rated as a 7, and then you got the Reddit users uh, is saying good thoughts about it. And how many people wrote on here? You got about 3,000 people on subreddit having these conversations, and 503 people talks in Reddit. So out of 500 from here, and then you have 150 from Metacritic with so so the subreddit has a great deal of opinions, a great difference of opinion, but at the same token, everybody wants a second season to see what what's more to come and what will be coming from this show. I can't wait.
You know what's
I
crazy?
just
You know what's crazy?
What's up?
Somebody on that Reddit, right, said the same thing I said. It's like episodes of Atlanta. I knew it. Like it gives you
For
that
real?
vibe. I already got that. Yeah, go look at the Reddit comments. You gonna be like, oh shit.
Which person said that?
It was it was hold on, which one was it? It was it was Benzen Bzen Mojo. He's like a show confident enough to make his own episodes of Atlanta. Revolving around Doorman is a show that deserves the utmost respect.
B? You said B, right?
Yeah, B Zen Mojo.
That was like 11 days ago?
Yeah,
Okay. I need to keep going down or up. I don't see his name.
yeah. I didn't know he
B?
was. I didn't know he was a Great Lakes Avenger. I'm like, what is that? What is this? It had a nice little amount of comments though. Like the first two people actually liked it, so it was like okay. Somebody said it was great, so there's a couple good comments up here.
Yeah, I see. But here
Yeah,
has 500 people. So,
yeah. Look, it says it's
and
amazing. One person said it's amazing how making the hero normal people can really draw you in.
that's not bad. That's not bad of a take too.
Yeah, he said I wasn't huge on fans of like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but when Sam and Bucky went to Louisiana in episode 5, it really showed me the side of them that just can't fit into a normal Marvel movie.
Mmm,
So
that makes
Wonder
sense.
Man was a whole. It says Wonder Man was a whole series about a normal guy who just happened to have powers.
Yeah, just
that's how
happen to
that's
have
how it
powers.
felt. That's exactly how it felt.
That's how I said it didn't feel like Marvel, but I feel like you guys didn't really talk about. Did you realize that Wonder Man is his own worst enemy? He really is. Because actors in movies, they don't have a lot of power in movie making. So when he tries and change the script and
Mm-hmm.
change the change everything about the scene, the producers don't want to work with him. So he shoots himself in the foot a lot because he's so compulsive about changing the script that no one wants to work with him. I didn't hear anyone bring it up. I
And
didn't
then
know.
Without Trevor, he wouldn't have what he has today. I kid you not. Without Trevor balancing that within him and helping him shape the type of way the writer needs to write it, you know, you see how you see that balance was there. Even though Trevor was trying to do this for his safety after he started, uh, meeting Wonder Man, he started to, think of him as his brother, as his friend. So he didn't want to rat him out. OG, you can continue. because
But
I just wanted to point that out as well. Like without Trevor, he wouldn't have the Wonder Man scenes wouldn't kept on going.
what? So Wonder Man is his own worst enemy. He really is. He like he self destructs his own acting career. Cause his OCD takes over and tries to change the script, and producers don't want anything to do with that. Cause that's not how that works in filmmaking.
Yeah,
But actors don't have that kind of power in real
some
life.
do,
So
some do though. Some do have
mm,
that producing.
they can do things, but they can't change the whole script.
Yes, they can.
No.
There's actors out there that can that can make the writing that the writer has created stand out more with
Yeah,
an ad lib, for
yeah,
example.
they can do ad lib, but
They
what
could
he was trying to do was change the whole script.
not just just bits and pieces of the script. I don't think he was trying to change the whole script.
He basically was like a majority of a script, and actors don't have that type of power. So he always shoots himself in the foot because no one wants to work with him because of a compulsive need to tweak everything.
Hmm.
And so I think that he really is his own worst enemy. And uh, he doesn't mean to, but like his mindset, he's too aggressive with wanting to change things. I don't know if anyone realized that. And there, uh, did anyone realize a lot of the pop culture stuff references?
Like what?
There were one reference from like, uh, there were Olaf one, of course, but there was a few from, um, something pink. It was something pink.
The
Um,
milk?
it
The
was from
milk?
a movie. Yeah, I had a lot of references to different movies.
Oh,
A
I didn't
lot.
with Doorman.
No, Wonder Man. Wonder Man had a lot of movie references.
Hello. Well, the first one he had, the first one he had that he messed up was what was it? I just know that he had a first one and then he messed that one up. He got fired for that one. It was a upcoming film, and then he heard about Wonder Man, and then he called his manager to help him out because at that time he messed up one. He tried to change like you said, and then the first one fired him ASAP. He was like, "Yo, bye, bye, Felicia." Yo,
Yeah,
for
they
real.
had a reference to Pretty Woman, a reference to American Horror Story. I'm
Mm.
looking at Sons of Anarchy, Castle Rock.
Mm.
There were all these references to different movies, but it was small, small, tiny references. They catch the one about Pretty Woman.
Mm.
That was one of them. Cover was the alien film poster visible on the director's inspiration wall. They have all these little tidbits of Hollywood and film references with like little Easter eggs.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
there
good.
was a lot of little Easter eggs in the show, but we were so small that that they didn't that it's easily overlooked.
Mm. So on that note, we already know that we hope for a second season. I heard that there's a second season with Wonder Man. We took bits and pieces of the even though some of them was boring, even though some of them was probably irrelevant because with Doorman, you already heard what I said in the past with Doorman. I'm gonna repeat it again. It's just that same thing is one Doorman. I just wish that he has some brains with Doorman. It would have been more character development within that because I would feel like him is all about, even though he has powers, it's also required brains to keep those powers, right? With Wonder Man, same thing. Yes, he just he don't know how much strength or how much power he has to take out a whole mountain. I bet you, I bet you that first time flying was his first time flying. First time flying. It wasn't like, and on top of that, OG, how, that's another, here's another pop one that you didn't know about. After that, I'm gonna land my plane. Ready, OG? Ready, Scott? This is another pop for reference. Ready? At the end, he took a Clark Kent and made it his own as a rescue. Y'all heard that?
You mean like him flying?
I heard you down playing.
When he got that white boy, when he got that white boy to befriend him, that's the Clark
Yeah,
Kent move. That's the Clark Kent
yeah,
move.
it is. The, see, there's so many pop culture references that I didn't
Welcome,
even catch
Rachel.
them all.
Yeah, of course. Welcome, Rachel. We just had a nice, decent conversation about Wonder Man. If you wanna have your say of Wonder Man, if you watch Wonder Man, I would love to hear uh your critique of Wonder Man. You can come up on the stage and have a conversation with us.
Hello, and good evening from here. Um, I have not watched Wonder Man yet, but I'm looking forward to watching it soon. I've just been busy, but it looks entertaining. Not gonna
It is.
lie.
It is. It is. I I kid you not. You're gonna love it and hate it. If you are a diehard writing style material girl, from watching Twilight, from reading the Harry Potter, from watching The Hobbit, you'll get a sense of real film. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I hope that you can have those mindset when watching Marvel or DC, you know. And my panelists have different ways of understanding writing style. You have Pat, he's a rapper. You have Sky, he's a rapper. You have OG, and I talk about Marvel because we know Marvel, and I have a eye for photographics, graphics, and understanding the rhythm of how writing should be. And I'm a big fan. So, since you just came in a little late, I'm just could say this about Wonder Man: you're gonna love it, and you're gonna hate it, and you're gonna enjoy it. Just stay up. Just stay up, cause just stay up, cause we had over, I would say, 700 reviews between Reddit and Metacritic. I'm sure Rotten Tomatoes can add on to that as well. It's about 3,000 people that watched it, right? 3,000 people that watched it so far. So, based on Reddit, I'll go with that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that number and not try to add, because it's gonna about maybe 3 to 5 thousand people that watched Disney and Disney Plus with Wonder Man, and everybody had mixed feelings about it. And but they didn't hate it. They everybody agrees that they want a second season. They didn't like hate it to like, oh, Joker style, Joker 2 style. Like, they didn't. It's not that deep with Wonder Man. It's not that deep. But I do want to have this take as well. You might hate me or you might love me as well, because this is collide, where I collide a lot of different takes and understanding about the industry and what industry has present us. This is what uh Marvel Studios officially unveils a seven race swap. I brought this up to ask you guys, is this a problem for Marvel or DC that race swap is a problem for the industry? Anybody can comment if you want to say some. OG, Rachel, Pat, or Sky, to answer this type of question, because I would love to know. Me, per se, I don't really have a problem. Long as the actor can act, it is what it is. I don't think about all these
Ooh, what's that?
extra shit.
You can tell me, but I'm not
I
gonna
understand.
remember. No, that
Oh, they started hating, huh? Yeah, they started hating.
What happened, Scott?
I see they started hating on the race swap, the MCU. You got Miles Morales, Ironheart. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They started showing more, black characters. So I'm not surprised they might be mad about that.
Yeah, like for example, they hating on Wanda Maximoff. Her her clothes is not comic accurate. Then you got Reed Richards. His suit is not comic accurate. You got Kingo. His outfit is not accurate. Like, they hating on and supposedly he's supposed to be black. I'm not sure, but you know it doesn't make sense. Uh, Mercury, that is supposed to be a dude, not a girl. Then you got Ajax, from Internals. They swap her, and then you got Galishma His face was not supposed to be shown. Okay, the actor act. We're not gonna. Kevin Feige is not gonna care about color or where the person come from. If the person can act and act it well, so be it. Who cares? Who cares? I just don't understand from my perspective. Like, what's good, Nas? Nas, what's goody? Rachel, how you feel about that? Where people is hating of race swap? Does it really matter? Like, really?
Um, honestly, it's set it like Marvel is mostly set in New York. You know, it's New York. When you go to
Mm-hmm.
New York, you're gonna see people from all different backgrounds. It's kind of weird if you just see white people. For me, like when I've been to New York, I see people from all different backgrounds. So it's not really odd for me to, I don't know, have a Romani person play someone or have certain characters be black from a different multiverse or a black girl from Chicago or something be a main
Mm-hmm.
character. I don't know.
Yeah,
The writers and producers and stuff should really take that into account with how Marvel was even created. It was in New York, the melting pot, where the melting
yeah.
pot even started. So I would like to see more, and I'm not really bothered by different um background characters or people being swapped out for it just gets kind of weird when it's someone from, I don't know, for example, if it's a native mutant, I forgot her name. The native mutants, and they don't put her in native attire and such. That would be weird to me because I'm like, dude, like, look at the source material. I think a lot of
Mm.
people just want movies and TV series to be more palatable. Don't know why. I mean, it's Marvel. Like us Marvel nerds are gonna know the comic source or know the background history before going into it a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
time. So it's like, are you catering towards us or the masses? And even with the masses, I think they're wanting something more unique to see on in theaters and on TV. So having it staying true to
Really, your last thought. I didn't hear your last thought, Rachel. I was waiting for you to land your plane. That was a good one.
Oh, I was saying, sorry. I was saying like it would be cool to see like more characters like Nightcrawler, um,
Mm-hmm.
to have them seen like since I think he's like Romani or something like that from a different
Mm.
country and different cultures. Good to see that in everyday movies, especially when dealing with mutants. Mutants are supposed to be from all over the world, so seeing the same five like white mutants, that's kind of weird to me. So yeah, that's what I think.
Word. I like that. Nas, you wanted to add on to that?
Yes. Although I must say, Miss Rachel, you pretty much covered most of what I would have said, or typically would have said. Um, most of the MCU, most of Marvel in general, is well constrained to New York, so you expect diversity there. However, most of the times when you see diversity within the MCU, it's not with New York-based characters, it's with people who have nothing to do or shouldn't be playing by the same diversity politics rules at all. For example, Heimdall. Heimdall is black, but he's typically shown to be a certain type of character. That has nothing to do with Midgard, Earth. That has nothing to do with New York at all. This has something to do with a whole different realm altogether. You have Namor. who's typically like he's based on Roman mythology, but now he's being based on Spanish mythology and so forth. Like, why are you doing that? You have the ancient one, who is supposed to be the typical Chinese ancient scholar who pass on knowledge to a Westerner. But now they make it so that this ancient one is not from the east, but is from the west. And, if you words, if you want to go with the whole proper representation, look at Echo. They swapped the tribes that she is from in favor of something else. They swapped the ability that she had from the comics to something else as well. So it's pretty much a whole different character altogether um, for the sake of appeasement. But that kind of, to me, I think it backfired because they didn't even did the representation well, as I described. Her power set and where she's from, completely different. And she's supposed to be a love interest to Daredevil, but instead she is a stepdaughter or adopted daughter to Kingpin. Uh, what the hell, you know?
or orphans, cause
Mm.
like she was like her godfather in some sense.
Also, a rival to Iron Man, but we never saw that kick off. I've spoken about this on the. I
You got
don't know if y'all saw Wonder Man yet. I watched it last night.
yeah. I watched it. I watched it. We were just having a conversation about that. Rachel
Oh,
haven't
I missed it
seen
then.
it. Rachel haven't seen it, and then this is where I was wanting to ask the conversation where because Wonder Man, it's in this thing you sent me. On the
On
Facebook.
Messenger. Okay,
Yeah,
yes, okay, you guys saw it. Okay, cool.
yeah. We was having the conversation of questioning, does it really matter as long as the character, as long as the actor can act? Yeah, you might not get the right comic book strip, but you know, does it really matter if the actor can act? I get that
Mm.
Marvel is not taking from comic book to comic book accurate per se. I get that with Wonder Man.
But here's the thing, right? This is my personal pet peeve. You make all these changes, which are for the most part they're unnecessary, right? You want to tell these stories and you pass them off as if they're the real thing, but everyone who knows the comics knows that they're not. Why would you go then further to insult the intelligence of the regular comic book nerds and ordinary comic book readers and whatnot and fans to say, okay, what was once dubbed from inception Earth 199999 to now Earth 616, when everyone knows that 616 is the main continuity of comics, and then to go further to say, oh, it's a sacred timeline, when it's anything but, especially with all these low grade um, adaptations of stories being told, you know?
Yeah,
It doesn't, you lose the hype the moment you say, oh, it's this thing all the way up here, but then the quality is all the way down here. What are you doing?
but people are not
Don't
hating
insult
Wonder.
my
People
intelligence.
people are not hating Wonder Man though. I tell you that. I don't know if you have.
Because
Um.
not many people know about Wonder Man, especially since the moment where Wonder Man would have really mattered, that moment is gone. He's just a show-in at this point. And
Mhm.
plus, they swapped to this the actors. The role is given to a black actor. Granted, a well-known, super talented black actor, but a black actor nonetheless.
Mhm.
Initially, like I mentioned on the podcast, he's supposed to have a relationship, like an actual full-on relationship with Wanda, with Scarlet Witch, and Vision hosts the android, or the what's the word, the humanoid being known as Vision hosts the consciousness of Wonder Man,
So
and that's what
you
made him what he is. They cut out that whole thing for the sake of the MCU
oh
on how they want to go about the thing,
with
so
with
it
with
loses the
just
value.
with just that Nas now.
So there's not
since
much to care
knowing that
about.
you said that when Wonder Man he holds Vision's mind, right?
No,
When
this Vision was able to be conscious because they put Wonder Man's consciousness into him. So everything that
so
Vision does is
when
100% Wonder Man.
did they what year did they start that? Because Wonder Man he's early before they can create a before Iron Man was able to create robots, right?
It wasn't, and Vision was never created by Iron Man. That was that whole thing was Hank Pym's doing.
Well,
Hank
well,
Pym was the one
well,
who created Ultron, and Ultron created Vision using Wonder Man.
based on Iron Man's theology, you know,
From the MCU, yeah.
yeah, theology. I
You're
get
saying
that the
theology,
comic book.
but theo means God. How dare you? Repent.
I wanted to
Theology
do that.
differently refers to
I wanted
God.
to get
Don't
you
do
on
that.
that, man. I
Say
wanted to
mythos.
get
Say
you on
mythos. Say
that.
mythos. That's the proper word from verbiage to use. Say mythos. Don't say theology.
Mythos, based on Iron Man's mythos, he created him by accident. For by accident.
It wasn't accident. It was a calculated mad plan.
Mm.
Because we saw in Age of Ultron, like yeah, he thought that this was definitely a good idea, and it turns out it was.
What's up?
Because
What's up,
well,
Retro?
because retro was good. I'm seeing in the I heard from you in a bit. It was good. Where was I?
Yeah, with Wonder Man,
Um,
Ultron. I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
figure out what
yeah.
timeline.
That went through because per Thor's vision, he saw that this was the universe was going to be saved because he exists. So like,
Hmm.
okay, cool. He was fine with Iron Man doing his craziness.
Yeah. So answer the question.
Yeah.
Is Wonder Man first before they took his
Yes. Wonder Man exists before Vision exists. Yes. So therefore,
or with
in the
his
comics,
story with this particular storyline that they're creating, there's
for
probably
the
more.
MCU,
Yeah, there's gonna be a second season. I heard. I heard that
yeah, but
There's gonna be a second season,
well, they
and
have to do
what?
a second season. The first season was meh. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Everybody
hmm
agrees that it's
There
a
was no point to the
6.7.
story.
I huh?
When I was watching, it seemed like there was no point to the story.
What,
Like I was genuinely more interested in him trying to get this role than in him having powers because he barely did anything with his
you ain't
powers.
like Doorman?
Oh, that's another thing. That's one thing that I wanted to talk about. Doorman. Did you know that he is a part of Westlake Avengers, Great Lakes Avengers? I mean, Doorman is supposed to be an Avenger. He's not supposed to be some failed actor, at least not to that extent.
So he's supposed to have some
Also,
logicness to him.
he's not funny. He's a very straight character. He doesn't crack jokes like that. That's Mister Immortal in them. He don't he's the one in the comics who's always trying to keep his teammates in line. Also, he was born a mutant. He didn't get powers from Roxxon. He is a mutant. He was born. He always had these powers, and that's another thing. So Wonder Man got his powers. Doorman was born with his, but yet in the show, they made it so that um, Wonder Man always had his, and Doorman got his from Roxanne. And when's the last time we saw Roxanne? Oh, that's right, Cloak and Dagger, which was on Hulu, which has no connection, which is like the stepchild that MCU doesn't even claim, and was in Daredevil. So what are they doing there? That's what I was trying to figure out. I see the Roxanne. Shout out to
But
showing Roxanne
yeah,
Corporation.
Sky's homie had a theory. He had
hmm
Sky homie had a theory where um the whole thing was a play out to figure out who is Wonder Man.
Also, he's not officially called the Wonder Man either. So, like, what was the point?
Well, that's what the police. I forgot their name. Starts with a D.
Oh, the
Um,
the Damage Control, which is
yeah,
run
damage
by
control.
Stark Industries.
Yeah, they Yeah, exactly.
Their Stark Industries runs damage control, and there's
Well,
no Tony Stark anymore. So I'm guessing Pepper Potts is the one who's behind it.
I don't know. We haven't seen Pepper Potts in a long time.
No, we
So that's
haven't.
another that's another thing.
Hmm.
That's another thing that is not being talked about. Rachel, Retro, you have anything to add about Wonder Man? Did you watch it at all before we talk about something else?
What's good, everyone? No, I haven't been able to watch it. Wonder Man just never piqued my interest, so I'm not really in a
I
rush
don't
to
blame you.
watch it.
Retro,
It's
I don't blame you.
it's not a bad show. It's not like it wasn't you wasn't able to like watch it. It's not like Joker. It's not
It's better
I
than Joker. I will say that. Wonder Man is
yeah,
I'm
better
you
than
sure it
know.
Joker.
is.
So it's not it's the worst one I would say not to ever watch is from Disney is the worst one everybody hates is the freaking thing with
Echo.
no, not even Echo.
Damn.
Miss Marvel?
No, not even Miss Marvel.
Echo is worse.
No, Echo is not worse
Yo,
than
not too much.
Echo is not
Echo
way
is worse.
worse than
Oh, that's
than
right,
Too
Rachel. You
much.
don't know.
the
I'm
patch
a
guy.
certified hate over
It's
here.
not way worse than the patch guy. You know who I'm talking about.
Which-
He had his own show, the patch guy with the shapeshifters.
I don't
Oh,
remember
y'all
that one.
forgot.
Invasion.
Yeah,
Secret
Oh,
Invasion?
Secret
You
Invasion,
see,
yeah.
he
Samuel
called Nick Fury the
Jackson.
patch guy. I can't believe you.
That's
That one was
crazy.
too long for me. I was getting
He
bored. I'm
called
not
Nick
gonna
Fury.
lie.
Ooh.
See,
Yo,
so
Rachel,
I watch
there's a better
every
version of
Disney.
Invasion out there. I got you. I'm gonna send it to you.
I watch
There's a
every
better
Please
version of
do.
Marvel,
Invasion
and
out
I
there.
could tell you which one's the worst. This one
Mm.
wasn't the worst. That one was.
You be glazing sometimes. So I can't trust you.
That one was. Echo Echo was fine.
Oh yeah,
Echo got
okay. Invasion's at the bottom. You're right.
yes, way at the bottom. It's like for the worst is Joker 2. Then that one. I kid you not. I could deal with the rest until proven otherwise. I
Mm.
haven't found the
Look,
third one yet, but I'll definitely let you know. But
Jesse, you know what
this
I
one,
just peeped?
what's up?
Um, Wonder Man should have came out before Thunderbolts
Why you say that?
because Wonder Man's powers, the way they work, would have definitely been some sort of counter towards Sentry.
Understandable, but
Put it, throw him in that
he's in
lineup.
California.
Yeah.
He's in California though.
So
He's
Yelena
a
was from
Avenger.
Russia.
He's a Avenger California, not Avengers in New York.
They don't have an official of Avengers lineup outside of the main Avengers to that point in the story.
Yeah, to that point, yeah, of course.
Everybody had their own their own little group, but because it's not made by Disney and Kevin Feige and them, it's not they're not seen as official. Cloak and Dagger doing their own thing where they were. The Runaways doing their own thing out in LA. Daredevil
Hmm.
doing their own thing in Hell's Kitchen, and so forth. But it wasn't until recently that maybe they started doing some callbacks to reel in those little fishes that they've been having those different puns.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it could have something like that could have worked. For example, She Hulk takes place all the way out in where is that? In LA as well, and
Yeah,
Daredevil find his way out there. Why? So if they can do that, right? Why couldn't they bring Wonder Man from wherever the hell he is?
maybe because Century.
It's not very far fetched, is what I'm saying.
It I get what you're saying, but with Century, you gotta understand, we don't know his backstory as well. He was locked up. Century was locked up for years, my guy, for years, for
That's not the
years.
point. The
But
point is,
but do
hey,
we?
he's
But as a,
overpowered.
yeah,
He's a very overpowered character.
he may be
And the only
overpowered,
person who could stand
but
up to him since all the Avengers are pretty much extinct would be Wonder Man.
what? So you're saying
That's my
Wonder
point.
Man? So you're saying Wonder Man is capable to beat him.
No, not beat, but stand up
Oh,
to him. Yeah,
who?
yeah. Wonder
But
Man will get
any
whopped.
other
He will
people
get
can stand
whopped
up to
just the
him
same.
too. Other people can stand up to him too.
You we from the lineup that they had in Thunderbolts, we saw the movie.
Yeah,
None
we
of them
did.
could. None of them could. All best hope was to give him a group hug. I said, "We got you, fam. We got you."
You never know.
Yes,
Yeah, I like
unfortunately,
that.
Rachel. Unfortunately,
I like
but
that.
if you was in the lineup, they would have had a bit more of a. There would be more tension instead of just it just being a one-sided mollywop.
Sometimes they buff up the characters
Mm.
just for a little pizzazz. So maybe they'll have like a fight that's seemingly equal and one of them wins.
Like we
That'll be
know that
interesting
Sentry
to
would come
see.
out on top. We know that, but at least Wonder Man would be able to get some punches in to damage him. I was like,
Well,
ah,
well, he
I'm
don't
not
even
all
need
lot
Wonder Man.
invincible.
Don't even need
I
to
have to
touch
put in
him.
work.
If you see the little bit of thing that he can do, the little bit he can do with just his one little nitbit crying over some that he can't control.
That too. Yeah, he's
But
Like,
crashing
where
out over
was he
some low
during the
stuff.
blip?
He crashing out over some low stuff.
If
yeah,
he's this
like
powerful and stuff, where was he during the blip and things?
that's
Good
the thing.
question. Good
That's the
question.
thing.
Can he
It
fight
was
Good
Thanos?
past.
question.
That's the thing. That's a good question, but you gotta
That's a very
understand
good
too.
question.
He's before all that happened.
We don't know that.
What do
In
you
terms of the
mean?
timeline, there's
Like
nothing.
the
We have seen
time
nothing for
the
sure that
because you have
that
to
would say
understand
that.
within the comics, right? What
Uh-huh.
what year Wonder Man was developed, right?
Oh yeah,
And
I
then
got you right now.
based on Iron, and then we're going way before, like we're going after the fact of Wonder Man. We because like Iron Man, because we just had this um conversation with Nas. I just asked him who's first. He told me Wonder Man
The
before
Vision.
Ultron, Vision. Yeah,
Yeah. He came out in 1964,
there's a back
Okay.
channel of that history
It wa-
timeline of Wonder Man.
and
So
he
we
was
can't,
running the game from the for the 1970s.
so the blip happened way before, way after that, probably. If we're going with that particular timeline, like
Wait, so what's sorry, when is Wonder Man taking place then? In the
Exactly.
modern day?
Yeah. In the MCU, they didn't give a
Who
specific time. We
yeah,
cares?
don't
they didn't
know.
give us
But
specifications.
I'm just
That's the
saying,
thing.
it's
because like
Yeah,
modern
if he's
day.
this
You can
Matter
tell
of
it's modern
fact,
day by all the
if
stuff
he's
they
this
say.
powerful, where was he when
matter of
Thanos
fact,
came and all that?
exactly. Matter of fact, let me show you
Uh,
how dumb it is right now. The real thing. Let me show you
Nobody
how dumb it
knows
is.
who
Right.
Wonder Man was. We
It
already
don't
Let me
matter,
established
show you.
that.
bro.
Yeah.
Nobody don't know who Wonder Man was.
You could have just step in and say, "Hey, y'all, I want to help."
It's like whose line is it anyway? The points don't matter.
Yeah. And let me show you how dumb it was.
mm,
Within the show, within Wonder Man, the reason why he's afraid to use his superpowers as an actor is because of some dormant clause. But
yeah.
everyone already knows about the Sokovia Accords, which were revealed. Why didn't you? Which were repealed? Why didn't you go with that? Why did you bring up some new ingredient to throw into the mix that no one else has ever
It's
talked
Let
about
true,
me
within
go
but
the
ahead
there
and
confines of the
watch
MCU,
Because
because
of bad
I
writing,
need
that's
which
why.
would then
answers.
help to establish a timeline. To like,
Because
oh,
of
this happened at that time. We don't
that's
know
just
what
bad
time it
writing, bro.
happened. Thank you, Retro. He gets me.
I didn't
But
hear
you gotta
retro.
remember, technically,
I didn't.
hold on, before you say anything, but you gotta remember, technically, he didn't exist yet. So
Yeah,
that's the only reason he wasn't there because he didn't exist in the Marvel universe as far as live action and shit like that. He didn't exist yet.
But the thing is, okay, the way I see it, people, these some characters they have been in talks of creating these shows and whatnot for years on end, right? So that should give writers enough time to write something that could hint back to this character for when they come onto the scene. So when they show up,
Nah.
hear me out. So when they show up,
Nah.
we could
It ain't
establish
the
some type of
writers.
timeline in terms of when
Ain't
they
the
exist.
writers' fault. It's the freaking producer's fault, which is Kevin
Um,
Feige. Kevin
them
Feige, the
too.
one
That's my
chose.
point. That's
You
my
can't
point.
give him flowers for his failure. Like You can't
Who
give
would
them
no,
rainbows.
that's your job.
No, I don't give rainbows to them, man. I speak the
That's your
truth.
job.
I keep it 100. I keep it 100. I keep it a buck. If Kevin Feige is messing up, I tell you
Mm.
straight up, he's messing up.
Perhaps I'm wording what
Straight
I'm
up.
saying wrong, but do you get what I'm trying to convey? At least the other panelists there silent night on my words. All I'm saying is we when things are in a capsule in a bubble to themselves, as much as we want them to be standalone, it helps to establish timeline. Okay, when do you take place? How can we verify that? The only thing that we would have to verify would be to cross-reference against other shows or other movies and so on like that. If they say from how many years ago, oh, we want to make this character a thing, we want to push this. That's enough time for everyone, even though they're doing their own little thing, to drop little hints or whatever that we could use to piggyback off for the show or for the new movie when they come out to establish a timeline. For example, I've mentioned this before in Agents of Shield, not Agents of Shield, in what's it called,
Thank
Winter
God.
Soldier, in Captain America Winter Soldier, which took place in 2014 when that was a thing, and they're doing the whole Hydra is the real um threat and they're still around within Shield, right? You go back to Agents of Shield, and we see them doing that storyline. We know automatically that takes place in 2014.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
that's the thing, Nas.
Because we have
With
something to
the
piggyback off.
that's the thing, Nas. With these sets of shows that's happening,
Hmm.
there's different writers, and based on this particular
But
writer,
even if there are different
hold
writers,
up,
as long as you
hold
have a timeline to establish, you're
that's the
set.
that's why I'm
It's
coming
less
at
confusing.
that's why I'm coming at. The writer
Mm.
didn't give a timeline description. They didn't give Doorman logical thinking. They didn't give any story or any background of how to control their emotions. That was the biggest issue of the whole entire film series. I didn't hate I didn't hate the plot twists. I didn't hate the pop culture. I didn't hate that it brung a sense of um Haitian
No, that's your favorite part.
admiration
That's your favorite part.
admiration of it. No, that's not that's neither
That's your
there or
favorite part.
there. It's just
Wonder
that
Man brought
I'm
Wonder
telling
Man
you
brought Haitian
everything.
love. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Wonder
I'm
Man's
just
Haitian. The
Oh,
Simon is
he is.
Haitian.
Okay, I
Yeah,
didn't know that. Wow, that's cool.
this version of the character is
I'm
Haitian.
giving you all around
Does he speak
impetus
Creole?
of a review of Wonderman
Hmm.
of what I watch. So take the personal jabs and keep the debate of Wonderman.
Shove it up your
So
candy ass.
Guy.
so there. All I want to say is that with Wonder Man, you can love it or hate it. I enjoyed it in some aspects of it. I it was just that I needed more development of Doorman. I needed more understanding of who Wonder Man is. And thirdly, and
Yes,
lastly, like
justice for Doorman.
everybody has said that um, I needed a timeline. We needed a timeline to understand where you're going with this. Are you going with the 60s or are you going with the 80s? Where are you going? We as a customer did not understand any of that. If you're gonna have other customers try to enjoy that and out of nowhere they started sleeping, it's not my fault, sir. It's you as the writer and as the producer. It's your fault that you're not getting us entertained.
Hmm.
On
And
that
they
note,
used to do that.
Hold
Like
on, hold
they
on.
used to always put
Are
the
you saying that
dates.
you're mad because you didn't be
That is
aware of the
true,
atmosphere
Rachel.
and the plot and where the takes place at? Nobody has to tell you where it takes place. All you have to do is look at the times, look at the clothes, look at the people, look at the cars. It's not rocket science. You can see what era it is. Every era is
Okay,
different.
okay,
get
hey,
you okay,
um,
okay.
okay, fine, fine. Look at the car that Simon was driving. That whole movie, that broken down junk.
That was an old
How
Toyota
do I
or a
know?
Honda.
How do I know that's just a well preserved vehicle for the most part, or it's literally in a certain time when we can't
It's 1010.
even
It's
something like that.
1008.
We weren't able to pinpoint anything. Sure, you have the actor that was in Bad Boys there, playing himself essentially, but we don't know when this character, when this the caricature exists within the MCU. So even that, something like that, we should be able to use to pinpoint. We don't have. We see a caricature or a parody of the Jimmy Kimmel show or any Tonight Show on there, but still we don't know when or what era of
Yeah,
that thing they're doing.
that's
Yeah, as
why
much
they're
as you
gonna.
say that
That's
Sky, the things
But I'm saying you can
there's
see
supposed to be
scenes
hints
maybe
that you can
outside in the
use to work
street.
off,
You
but
feel me?
they're
You
not
see with the
enough.
people, if people walking by in the background. You feel me? So like it looked like it could be in like the '70s, between the '70s and the '90s to me personally. When I was looking at the scenes and when he was sitting in the room with his family and stuff like that,
They didn't
it
have
looked
cell
like it could
phones
have
or
been
anything
either
like
modern
that.
day or it could have been like a little bit back in the day.
They didn't have cell phones or anything in the show.
Yeah, they had a touch.
I'm like,
Simon had a touchscreen phone, but again, that doesn't tell me
mm,
much.
see, but
The
that's what
thing
I'm
that
Touchscreen
should
saying.
be
phone
held
looking
So
like
it
over
sounds
That
more
tells me it's
modern
not.
day.
80s or
That tells me
90s.
that
That's
doesn't tell
what
me
it's
it's the
looking
'80s.
like.
Yeah, that tells me it's
Okay,
not
so
the
that's
'80s.
modern day
Definitely.
right there.
in terms of
They
acting,
got
asking
touchscreen
important
phones.
questions like
So
why
what?
wasn't he a
2000s?
part of the why
2010?
wasn't he a part of the
Recent.
MCU lineup before? Why wasn't he fighting Thanos? Why
I
was
don't see him
the
being that. I don't see him being in no lineup. I don't see him being that. I see him as like just like being like a TV show character, like how
well?
they
Let me
did Luke
see.
Cage or
Damage
Daredevil. Like he's
Control
like
became
I
a
feel like he's more local.
mm, in of failed attempt to establish a timeline. We know that Damage Control came onto the scene around the first Spider-Man movie it was, which was 2017, right? Or
yes,
2018.
yes.
Yeah, 2017.
Okay, and here, based on how the damage control was moving, they've been around for a while. So we can say about 5 years later. So this was probably like 3 years ago, assumedly, because you were talking about how they've been running the
Yo,
program and it's efficient, but they
you
don't have prisoners to
you
fill up
gotta come through.
the cell, so they're losing funding and they can't justify
Oh,
the taxpayer money that they're using. So this would probably take place around like last year or year before that. And this whole time, dude's just been trying to keep his head down, but yet this whole time, damage control know enough to know that this Simon, who for the most part is just a regular actor who's trying to live a normal life and make it into Hollywood, they know that he's a threat, and they don't know that other people are a threat this whole time. And he's only had, for the most part, maybe 3 or 4 outbursts that we know about. And
on
they've never been anything on the scale that we saw on the set of Wonder Man.
I'm so sorry. I didn't
on
know
So why
on
they're
that
investing so much time and money into, it's weird.
on that note, you're right. But we're gonna be able to see a second season. You know,
Mhm.
we could go back and forth with timelines. We can go back and forth of the way they wrote it. We can go back and
But,
forth. But at
but
the
Also,
look
damage
at it like this,
control
right?
is in
wait,
New York. Damage control
But look at
is
it
in
like
New
this
York.
though.
What are they doing all the way on that side of the
what
world?
happened, Sky?
But look at it like this. But look at it like this, right? This is gonna tell you what level he's on. If niggas is fighting Doctor Doom right now, right? You think he's gonna be capable of using his superpowers right now? Absolutely
Yes,
not.
yes,
No, no,
yes,
no,
he is.
no. Because
He's
Yes, he
not gonna be
he's
is.
able to
not
use controlling
developed.
powers
He
enough to
doesn't
fight
know how
them.
much strength he has,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
That's how the
We
So
writer.
I
don't
That's
don't
how the
see
know
him. I
writers
what
don't see him
presenting
he's
it.
as
probably going
being
to be
something
volatile,
major.
but he can do
But
something.
he's
He
not
can
gonna
put
be
some
major
damage
right now.
on.
He's not a major. He's not gonna be a major part in something big right now. He's
No,
not
He
gonna be.
can
He
be
ain't got no
as
major part.
is. He can be as is, which is why I don't get why they're just putting in this low scale thing. It don't match what Wonder Man is capable of. Like I said, Wonder Man when
because they
at
want to
inception
give
was a
you they want to give
rival
you a beginning
to
story. They want to give you a
Iron Man.
beginning. They
Matter
want
of
to give
fact,
you
he
a
started off
beginning
as a villain.
story. They want to give you a beginning story of how Wonder Man will prevail, how he's gonna do this and that and third. Wonder Man is not gonna be retrofitted for the new characters of what's
Yeah,
happening in
perhaps not.
Doctor Doom. That's not gonna
But
happen. I
but in
get
terms
that.
of what Sky is
I
saying,
wait.
Maybe a little cameo
but
I
in
within the
terms of
movie.
don't even
what
think we're
if
gonna
we're
go
talking about
that
people
far.
a lot,
I like the old dialogue. I love that
in terms
old
of what
dialogue. Like
Sky
boring.
is
Like
saying
I'm
about
boring.
whether or
I
not
like the
he'll be able
boring
to
dialogue. Bro. Like, you feel me?
in terms
I think we're
The
gonna
Sky, in
go
terms of
thing
what
that
you're
I
far.
liked
saying
it
about whether or not
because
he can
it
pose a damage
it
posing
brought
from
your
Mr.
attention
Doom.
span down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in terms of
But
what you're saying about whether or not he could do anything to Doom, Look at what he did to that whole building there.
I get that, but
If he was able to do that, sure, it would take some
say
more
you
training, but he
get
could definitely do something to Doom, is what I'm saying.
get
So
that,
he
but
would be invaluable to
right
some
now he
extent.
doesn't have any training. So therefore he's not
Dude,
ready.
you saw him fly
It could
out,
be an
which means
Easter
that he
egg.
knew his stuff.
Could have
You
been his
saw him
first
fly into that
time,
crazy,
bro. That could
but
have been his
he
first
at least
time.
knows his stuff, and this whole time he's been trying to
Okay.
contain everything.
You still need more character development.
He needs
Don't give
character
a
development to go punchy punch.
don't start giving this guy
That's
some
what I'm saying. He
flowers.
could be an
Don't
Easter
start
egg
giving
or
him some
something in the
flowers
movie.
here. No, I mean no. You don't deserve flowers until proven otherwise. You see
Like,
his
sure, he
show
ain't doing much. My
his
point is, he
show
can do
is a
something.
six point
So
seven.
he's being
His
wasted, is what I'm
show
saying.
is a 6.7. Until he can reach a 7 or better, then come back to his power. His power is flaring right now, bro. You can talk all this, talk about this guy, but for the consumers, nah, it's a 6.7, baby. You're gonna have to hate it or love it. On that note,
But it's not based on whether people hate it or love it. I'm done.
on that note, I do have another partake with you guys, and it's Spider Man. And based on Comic Circus, it's saying here that Alex Perez that they're trying to make something with Spider-Man, bring Spider-Man characters down to earth with Daredevil, Iron Fist, Hulk, Sheet,
Shang-Chi,
Shang-Chi, and more. So they're what's happening is that they're grouping all these characters together to face off Kingpin, and I would want to see how's
they're
that gonna
doing the
happen.
Devil's Reign storyline. Yay.
It
That's what that
that that's how you see it.
Yes, because if I remember correctly, in the Devil's Reign storyline, Wilson Fisk became the mayor of New York, and all the major heroes and some minor heroes as well had to go up against him because it was because of his anti-vigilante task force that he had going on. And I mentioned this a few weeks ago or months ago on the podcast as well,
Hmm.
that the season was called Reborn, but Reborn is a storyline that they did in Daredevil season 3. And this one, on what they're doing, they're setting up Devil's Reign to where essentially vigilantes like Daredevil are outlawed, but they still want to do something to stop crime. But in the comics, this involved the X-Men, the Avengers, um, Fantastic Four were involved. Like, everybody was involved up in this thing. So them using what they have to gather people together to go up against Kingpin, it makes sense. The small scale is kind of like Civil War. So yeah, I'm with it.
You with it?
Bring
But
Yes, I'm with it.
word, I'm with it
Bring
too.
back
But
some
it
hands
has
from
to
the
be
hand as
it
well.
has to be good. It has to be
Yeah,
good. It has to be to a point that it's the same writer that did Spider Man, it's the same producer that did Spider Man, and the same people that did Daredevil and the
which one?
Defenders.
Daredevil season 1 or season 2 or season the Netflix version or the MCU version? Because like I said, the MCU version is nowhere as good.
I
Will
mean,
never be as good
everybody
as the
do
Netflix
love the
version.
Netflix version, right? Everybody
Yeah.
do love the Netflix version. I don't know if the writer and producer is still there. That would be a what six six man team. That would be a 6-man team making sure that whatever they're trying to do for Kingpin
Mm.
is real good to watch. Daredevil Born Again that just happened. Everybody was okay about it, enjoyed it. It wasn't
It
like
was not
uh
it. It was not the move.
it wasn't like unenjoyable. Rachel, did you hate Daredevil Born Again? What's up, Nick? What's up, Nick Motto? What's up, Simon?
I didn't necessarily
Hassan.
hate it. I just didn't care for it.
Exactly. You don't know how
Okay.
to feel. It's just meh.
That's just me.
But did you watched it though?
Yeah, I was just looking forward to the fight scenes, not gonna lie. I
You
didn't
be
really
like that.
pay
What what
attention
Some of
like
those fight
what
scenes were nice. I
what
will say
did
Oh,
that.
that's
what
talking
did
about
it
that.
need?
Daredevil.
What did it need to make it better
Oh, that's talking about
from
Daredevil.
your perspective, Rachel? What
I know,
did it
Sky, this is
need
your
to make
favorite
it
part.
better?
mm, I don't know, like more. I would like to see more characters, more collabs. Um,
But they need to make sense as well.
yeah, I don't know.
Also, less Bullseye. We've seen him like 3 seasons in a row, and Daredevil has other people, other
What
villains that he has to go up against.
what Rachel? What movie? What is your best movie that you can say that from reference this writer did well? What's your best movie that you can give me, Rachel?
Best movie for who?
For just character development, writing style, artistry, all that.
For Alex Perez?
No, no,
That's
no.
what I'm thinking.
Just a movie, just a film,
Like
or
any
a t
film
any
from
film or any
Marvel.
t outside of Marvel. You can go with that. Outside of Marvel,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well, my
you
favorite movie of all time is The Lion King 1997. I love that
okay?
movie. I can watch it again and again and again.
Wait, say it again.
Um, The Lion King
Hmm.
1997.
Or the OG version.
Okay.
Yes. I love that movie so much. Um,
Thought you were gonna say the live action. I was
something
gonna fight you.
Marvel that I really love would be the Spider-Man. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Mm.
Hey,
Yes.
see, she got taste.
Yes.
I
I
see where your
love this.
head
I
is
love
at.
it.
I see
Um,
I see where your head is
yeah.
at. Okay, now I understand. With with that being said, with Daredevil, yes, they did do a White Tiger. They brung out Punisher. Punisher made it more gritty, made it more uh like real to the bone. No no hands off. With
Also,
Punisher
that
was
was
being
another
there.
thing. That was another thing that I failed to mention other times before because I didn't really even think about it. The storyline that they're doing where um Punisher is going up against these rogue cops, those dirty cops with the Punisher logo on them. That's from a Punisher comic book series. Why is
Hmm.
that in a Daredevil comic book series? Why is it that in a Daredevil thing?
Maybe they
All
just trying to squeeze
like I
it in
said,
one, two for
yeah,
one
yeah, but
special.
sure,
Yeah, 2 for 1 special.
all the good stuff about the Punisher happens in Daredevil,
But
and when they go
no,
come to the
that's a,
Punisher show, it's not
there
as
is
good.
gonna be a Punisher show.
You're missing my. You're not hearing me. Like I said, the best version of Punisher of John Bernthald's Punisher that we have gotten happens to be whenever he's linked up with Daredevil.
What's the
I
best
get
Outside,
your
version of
point,
Punisher?
but
The
he's
best
making
Punisher,
there's gonna be a
the best
series of
version
them.
of
So
Punisher is Spider-Man.
they
That's
they're
the best.
wasting all
That's
of
the
the
best
good
Punisher.
Punisher stuff, making Daredevil's thing look good, and
I
then
mean, they
when it
don't
come
got
time
nothing better
for
than that. You telling me they don't
when it
got
comes
nothing
time
better than
for
that?
Punisher to pop out and show niggas, it's just
You
not as
telling me they
good.
don't got nothing better than that? To me,
What do you
that
mean?
was an aftertaste.
The
The
Punisher is
cops,
Spider-Man.
come on,
Jesse,
that's
what are
an
you talking about?
aftertaste.
It's
The
Spider-Man with
cops,
guns is awesome.
come on. You telling me they can't do better than that, and you give them flowers over some cops wearing his badge? That was an afterthought.
An
You
afterthought that's directly associated with Punisher that they're using to prop up Daredevil's story.
question. You
Not that
telling
Daredevil
me
needs it,
you still didn't answer the question though.
which is
You telling me that they don't have other stories that can top that?
to top what? Them doing that?
The little badge and stain that you giving flowers to.
A pure Devil's Reign, well, with what they have, would have worked just fine. They didn't need to add that element, but they added it fine. They added it fine. But it's just very interesting to note that that is something that's directly associated with Punisher that could have been very beneficial to a Punisher season 2 or season 3 if they're gonna do that. But instead, They use that this this thing that Punisher had to deal with on his own, gave it to Daredevil, and when it comes time for another Punisher season, it's just not gonna be as good because all the good material is going elsewhere.
Hmm.
That's my beef right now.
I
That's
yeah,
it.
I get it. I get
It's
it.
a
You
beautiful element that they added to Born Again, to Daredevil Born Again, right? I'm not gonna say no to that part. It's a beautiful element, but
that was
when
something.
they don't,
Hmm.
for one, they don't write
I
Punisher
knew
good
Seahawks was gonna
for
win.
when it's just
Just looking at the
Punisher alone.
stats, they were like
Anyways,
16 and
they try to
3.
make him more like Wolverine to make him more palpable to people because, like I said, Punisher, like if they're really being faithful to what he really is, he don't care about nothing. He is a lunatic psychopath. When his family died, he
For
was
five
like,
dollars, I ain't want
"Yes,
that much.
finally, because I don't care about these people. I'm so happy that they're dead. I hate them. Now I can get to killing, which is my favorite thing to do. That's my first love. That's my true love. Killing people, not just killing anybody, killing people who can fight back. I love it so much. I can't wait to get someone to torture and to punish and think of new creative ways to torture this person just for the fun of it because it's so fun and I love doing it. I dedicate my life to this. He's not, oh, my family died, it's so tragic. I must take on the anger. He don't care about his family like that at all. But because of the version that they gave for the Netflix series for his standalone show, they turned him into Wolverine. Wolverine is one with a tragic past. Punisher does not have a tragic past. But people like the Wolverine's archetype, that type of story. The Punisher's thing is too scary, especially with the climate of gun violence in the country. So they toned that down. They couldn't do that. They couldn't go that route. So if you can't give people the true Punisher, the people what makes Punisher Punisher, and then you have elements that are very good for Punisher story, and you're gonna give them to someone else. What do you have for when it's time to for yourself? You get what I'm saying? What do you have? No, babe, you're not gonna get that. My wife is over here saying, "Oh, she hopes the woman writer that we are talking about the last episode
Uh huh.
gets the role." She said she hopes he get the role to write for Punisher.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Shut up. She go pray on it. No, no. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Stop it.
I come into agreements.
No, 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 y'all not gonna gang up on me.
Welcome,
Women
Simon.
supporting
Welcome.
women, okay?
What's up,
Oh,
Sim?
Rachel,
What's up,
go check out last
DT?
episode to understand what's going on. It's up on YouTube. I believe it's up on Twitch as well, Discord, wherever else. It's gonna be here in Clubhouse as well, wherever else Jesse posts the podcast. But
Yes,
you see,
definitely.
if when you see it, you'll understand the context of that, of why she
For
said it.
Daredevil, this is a little side thing that I just thought about. Did they
Hey,
bring
Jessica.
Elektra?
No, Electra died. I wish
She
They
she didn't
did.
died?
die.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
And,
If you watch
and
the
we're first,
Defenders, if you watch Defenders, you'll understand. Not
Hmm.
What
necessarily.
about
So
Muse?
Muse is
Muse,
dead.
She's dead too?
Hmm.
I forgot a lot. I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
A character like Muse. The thing is, like
yeah,
Muse
he
and
was in
Echo,
he
they
was in
kind of
Born
work hand
Again.
in hand. Yeah.
Muse was been
And
in Born
they just
Again.
brought him into the show. He was in the show for like 2 episodes or 3 episodes at max, and they killed him already. But Bullseye
There
died
was
and came back alive.
they killed off was that White Tiger?
And White Tiger died because the
Yes.
actor died, so they killed him
They
off
killed that. Why are they killing them?
because the actor died.
Oh
The
yeah.
actor
Oh
died mid shoot.
yeah. It's all like a blur to me. Sorry.
Yeah, and
But
I would have
okay.
loved to have seen
Okay. I
White Tiger.
remember. I remember. Yes, yes. He
But I
did
remember
die.
that in the comics, the female White Tiger takes over shortly thereafter and works under Spider Man. So I'm fine with that.
I
R.I.P.
just
to the
want to
actor.
see,
It was so nice to see them bring the character to the big screen.
you
But
know,
they treat this amulet like it's nothing.
You know what they did with you know with the show She-Hulk when they
Mm,
had
I hate that
the
show.
when they had the love between her and Matt Murdock. I thought
Yes.
that's gonna continue
Oh no, I hope
in
not.
his.
I hope you away. She-Hulk
It's
is a
just fun
whore.
to see. Like that's what I'm
She-Hulk is
talking
a trish.
about.
Like no.
It's just funny. Like she's so quirky and kind of
Yeah.
strange,
And
and he's so
she
stoic.
also tuning it up and popping it for
I
Charles
just think
Xavier's
that'll be
stepbrother.
funny.
I think
I
Daredevil's
think
ass.
I just like
Yeah.
the
Think about
silly
that,
side
Rich.
of Marvel. I think that's my issue
She's
is
popping
I
it
just like
open for Charles
silliness.
Xavier's stepbrother.
Yeah,
I think
I just
Professor
like
Daredevil
to
X's
is ass.
see more
stepbrother.
of that. Even
Does
though it's
anybody like the second
gritty
season?
and like gung ho, like it's the Punisher. Oh, these things are happening. Kingpin. I still want to see some like some silliness or something,
Yeah,
something like
the
that.
Born Again season 2 is coming out in March.
I
There's a
hope it's
trailer.
better than
There's a
season
trailer
one.
out for it. You're gonna see characters come back, which is spoiler alert, Jessica Jones. She will be back.
Hey, I love Jessica Jones. I hate
Yes,
season three,
She
but I love Jessica Jones.
she will
I'm
be back.
excited. Okay.
She
I
will be
hate
back.
Hellcat. Hellcat ought to
So
have died.
there's a trailer there for her. So with the Defenders, right? Before we close out this type of thing with Spider-Man and bringing Kingpin, we're gonna I hope Rachel you come back because we're gonna be here all throughout the year having these different conversations, having these different thoughts. We also
I'll definitely be
theorize.
here.
Well,
Nice. Rachel, you make
we
a great
also
addition.
theorize of character development within these. We also like figure out before time of what is Wonder Man is going to be. We also go back to the comic books to with episodes that they come out with. Cause you never know with Marvel, they come out with some shit and we don't know about it and we go over it with also YouTube. I'm also live on YouTube as we speak at the same exact time while I'm on Clubhouse. So we here every Sunday as well, talking about these sets of topics that is from week to week. With Spider-Man entirely, right? And even the writer, the showrunner said that we're gonna have Daredevil every year. I don't know how many Daredevils we're gonna keep getting, but he said every year. And also, we're getting back we're getting all the Defenders characters. They're coming
Nice.
back. I know for a fact. I don't know about Iron Fist, but I
Okay, that's
hope
gonna be a weird one because there's supposed to be two Iron Fists at the moment. In if they're gonna bring back the roster from the Netflix show, there's supposed to be two Iron Fists at the same time. That's Danny Rand and
correct,
Colin Wayne. They're both
correct,
Iron Fists.
correct. But with Iron Fist, I hope they keep the same plot twist where he's gonna be the old Iron Fist, which is the one with the guns.
Mm.
Because
You said what?
with the
Yes.
guns, with the gun,
Guns.
He got the blicky now. He got
there's
the
another
Iron Blick.
Iron Fist. There's another Iron
I
Fist.
wait.
Yep,
Yeah,
Iron
he blicky
Fist,
now.
but
yeah,
using guns.
Yes,
yep.
at the end of the series,
Why would he use?
when the series ended out after he passed the powers from
The
himself to Colin
because
Wayne,
the
he somehow got them back, and he got the blicks now. He
because
busting
the
at
Why
people.
is he carrying blickies? He got fists.
no, no, no,
Like,
no.
like
Because you have to understand with Danny Rand, right? He went over there. He went over there to study some magical thing,
To
and
Kunlun.
to get to Kunlun is at a certain time, at a certain year, at a certain place. It's open,
The
and
portal opens between Earth and Heaven on the crossover because Kunlun is one of the heavens, one of the seven. Is the seventh heaven, if I remember correctly. There's
and
seven different versions of heaven, and Kunlun is one of them.
I also think Shang Chi is one of them too.
Yes, Shang-Chi, his place is supposed to be one of those
Yeah,
heavens.
yeah, one of those. Yeah, I also think Shang Chi is one of them too. But let's not digress. Um,
Mm.
but I hope that with adding these set of characters and bringing them back, I hope that there's a new element to this, a new twist, because Iron Iron Fist has a different element, never in a different way of writing style, and I don't know if it's gonna fit. With Jessica Jones, same
Mm.
thing. With
And
Jessica,
also, if they bring back Iron Fist, they'll have to bring back Typhoid Mary, and Typhoid Mary is a main villain or rival for Daredevil.
word.
And her situation, the situation that she has going on is very similar to Mark Spector, who is Moon Knight, where she has three different personalities, and the third is the most scary of them all for the two characters, and that's what Daredevil would have to go up against.
So
So I hope that they
Moonlight
bring that back.
fits in Kingpin. You saying Moonlight fits
No,
in there?
no, the character types with the split personality disorder
Oh,
is the same thing that Typhoid Mary and Moon Knight has to go through us to experience,
okay,
and that's their greatest strength and weakness at the same time.
okay, that makes sense. That makes total sense.
And
But
because I'm so tired of seeing Bullseye when I know that Daredevil has other characters that in his roster that he has to go up against, and one of them so happens to be shared with Iron Fist. If they bring Iron Fist back, like great. And it seems to say bring back that same storyline, and she's a part of the Iron Fist storyline because they took Typhoid Mary from they they took Iron Fist they took Typhoid Mary from Daredevil and gave it to Iron Fist. So I'm like, okay, cool, bring all of that back. Typhoid Mary can go back to Daredevil, go back to fighting Daredevil like she was supposed to.
mm,
So that's
OG,
more stuff for him to do instead of worrying
OG,
about Kingpin all the time.
OG, you in the building? Sky, you still with us? So bringing back these bringing Spider-Man into the Kingpin storyline, right? What would you want to see more? Because these different elements of characters, even the Defenders, have a whole different type of writing style. So tell me what I'm not seeing, Sky.
Um, oh, Sky.
As far as what though?
Because there's a rumor going out where Spider-Man is gonna be a more earth down to earth type of story. The next film,
Oh,
because the
damn.
next film has to enter within the Kingpin storyline.
I don't know, man. That down to earth shit is like we just saw what down to earth looked like. So hopefully it's not too down to
For
earth
who?
because Spider Man's supposed to be more exciting. You know what I mean?
They,
So
what's not
hopefully they
He's
just
exciting for
don't take
bringing
it
also in
Punisher?
super
friendly
literal.
neighborhood. Don't
Actually,
forget
he's
he's friendly
Spider-Man
neighborhood
takes my
tragic.
Spider-Man.
shit,
It's literally in the names. Friendly neighborhood. Emphasis on the neighborhood. We haven't really seen him do
don't
much
do that, bro.
neighborhoodly stuff of late. And
But
plus,
he's a
he got
But
his
tragic
whole story.
he's doing
character.
more than
Yes,
Daredevil.
he is tragic. He got his whole story
He does more than
rewiped
Daredevil,
or
bro.
rewritten. So we pretty much have to start from the ground up again. So
Oh,
the
I
the,
see,
the,
I see,
the
yeah.
ground level Spider-Man that would actually work. You see him trying to do his investigative work since he was working with a newspaper, probably
Nah,
him
bro.
work with a
But him
newspaper,
facing Kingpin is
try to
not.
investigate
But him
Kingpin,
facing
take
Kingpin.
pictures and whatnot, swinging around, trying to stay off the radar. Maybe he run up into Daredevil again and stuff like that. Maybe they team up together, and then he's like, Daredevil's like, oh, I got these other people that I'm working with. We're gonna all take down this Kingpin. We're doing it for New York. Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah, because
But
that's right up my alley. That's the Spider-Man that I know.
okay,
I know
so
him as
Exactly.
like he's just
I'd rather just see
nothing's
that.
working out for him. Even though
well,
he tries, like there's always
I'd
something
rather
that
just see
sets him
Yes,
back,
Spider-Man.
but he still comes out stronger. So I think they want to build him for like a more stronger, serious character. So having him go against Kingpin and or like fighting for New York or his neighborhood, his city, it's very on brand. But I think
exactly.
it's gonna be good for the next installments after that one. That's what I think.
Especially since he's probably going to be the glue that holds the next phase of the MCU together. Especially when it comes down to a small level or a street level on characters. What do they have in common? They all know Spider-Man, so I think that could be the glue that holds them together to cause them to want to work together or to make transitions go or flow more smoothly. Because for the Netflix shows, what they all had in common was Night Nurse and Daredevil. So that worked there, but this is the MCU now. How are we going to tie all those things together? Thankfully enough, there's a wide fan base that knows a lot about Daredevil, so bring that over. It's not so complicated. Use that to boost the viewership for She-Hulk, use that to give hype for Spider-Man and for Daredevil. It's mutual benefit there. Now transition over Spider-Man, since that's the biggest project that is known going forward outside of Doomsday. Yeah, use that as a glue for everything.
I think this is more like the phase that we're in now, of Marvel MCU. Is going to be more gritty because of like
They're gonna try.
Doomsday, Daredevil, all that, Punisher, stuff like that.
They're gonna
Because
try.
that's what I think. Like I think the the little jokes is gonna be less. It's gonna be more serious. I hope it's not
They're
like
gonna
how it
try.
was with the Secret Wars, because that was that, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think that was good. But yeah,
pull up this thing right now so I can send you Secret Wars, the better version, or Invasion. I mean, Invasion. I'll drop Invasion in the comments. The better version that I was talking about. You guys can watch it on at your leisure.
Now, on that and
Yes,
that
Invasion.
on that note, we also have another topic that I want to get through is Clayface. Clayface, we're supposed to get it.
ooh,
Still don't
Supposed
like
to,
I'm
that
excited.
it's getting a standalone thing. I still don't like it, but it is what it is.
according to Variety.com, I'm gonna post it right here.
Still don't like that it's a standalone thing, but okay.
Wait, hold up. Post it right
Clayface,
here for
I
you
think he
guys.
works better when he's a pawn. And since they're bringing
They're
doing
they're
Clayface, they're gonna do
also
that's
they're
fair. And
also changing it. It was supposed to come out way earlier. It was supposed to come out on September 11th. Instead of September 11th, they're bringing it out October 23rd. It seems like all this stuff that's happening with Netflix and probably maybe what happened with Peacemaker season two, they're changing their tune. Maybe they're they're probably revamping a lot of shows that they're said they were gonna do. It's probably not gonna happen based on I don't know. Honestly, I'm just theorizing here. We might not be getting everything that James Gunn has been saying. Based on pushing back Clayface. And another one that's in the back um, pipeline that no one talks about. And recently, somebody else talked about it with Clayface. I can't wait to see Clayface. Can't wait to see the standalone how Clayface is gonna be even done because you guys have to understand it's the same is in Matt Reeves' timeline. So I understand that
oh, this
you
movie is it takes place within
yep
the Matt Reeves verse.
yep
But but
yep.
okay, cool, I guess.
So with that is that you know, things is looking out, and with James Gunn, he don't want to bad verse at the same time trying to out compete Matt Reeves. You know, he can, but this is gonna be his first time trying to find the right person for Batman, which he's doing badly right now. we're not gonna
Oh,
go there. Uh, James Gunn.
all right, all right.
He's doing poorly of choosing writers right now, and he's in the know. He hears us, because he conversates with us, or who dare to ask, or who dare to comment in his Twitter feed, or his Blue Sky, or his threads. He's gonna answer to anybody who comments down below, and he's gonna tell you straightforward, like what time it is. But on that, you know, I just hope for the best for Clayface, and with who Clayface is, I seen it before. I seen it before Batman of how they did it, but um, I hope that they give more character development with Clayface, and I hope that that's being done. I'm not hating on the Matt Reeves verse. He did ex- great, great in Penguin. I kid you not. A down to earth uh dude, mafia type, with even the Falcone's daughter. Oh, Falcone's daughter was vicious. She was vicious to the bone. Falcone's daughter, talk to her twice, you get clipped. Fuck up once, you still get clipped. With Falcone's daughter, she was very vicious. So with creating Clayface as a film, we'll see what he can do. He might be able to bring that same element that he did Penguin. You know, I just hope for the best for him. On that note, since I was talking about how, you know, maybe James Gunn is changing his tune, or don't know which writer to have at this moment, on comic book movie, there's a rumor going on that, I mean, that Wonder Woman might be rebooted. The Paradise
Mm.
Lost might not be Paradise Lost. It might not be called that at the end of the script.
I
It might
thought
not.
Paradise Lost was supposed to be about her quote unquote sisters and not necessarily about her Wonder Woman herself.
Yeah, yeah,
I thought it was going to be about the background characters, which is again that's James Gunn's style. He care more about the background characters, not the people that you think should be up in front.
yeah. But remember, he's creating this whole verse.
Yes, he creating it backwards. Yeah, like we discussed last episode.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we know his style is more the obscure characters, not the ones that people know,
Yeah.
and try to rework everything from the back door in.
Right, right. But that's the rumor going on with Wonder Woman, uh, because for some strange reason they're not getting what they want, or the script is not right, or it's funny. Is hard is the saying right here, has been shelved as the focus, instead of shifts to reboot Wonder Woman. When DC Studio announced its Chapter One Gods and Monsters slate 3 years ago, one of the most surprising projects was a TV show titled Paradise Lost. While both Superman and Batman were promised big screen reboots, there was no mention of Wonder Woman in the film big screen reboot. That's what this writer is explaining. Um, Few details were revealed beyond it exploring their mascara,
The
passed
masquerade passed.
there long before Diana Prince was born. So again, like Nas said, you're going to the back to rewrite history, so to speak, if you want to, say that. But that's what's happening right now. I know Pat got a hold of for it because this is a long.
Also, as this is thing that's been very noted, that for some reason is either they can't is either they can't write a good Wonder Woman story, or like Wonder Woman, even though she's one of the big three of DC, don't get the same love that Batman and Superman get, and she's supposed to be right up there with them. They don't give her the same respect at
You
all.
gotta come hold down the fort so we can close out. Come through.
And here it is again. So a Wonder Woman's story, which should be a movie, right? Because she's one of the big three. They relegated on to a TV series about some background ancestors, not about her. And now they're saying no, we might scrap that too. That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah, like I don't understand that Paradise Lost is being rebooted or shelved. OG, you in the building? Sky, you in the building?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
of Paradise might be rebooted when when he answers or opens up?
They don't reboot shit. So
Go down the line
I'm not
and
surprised.
keep the conversation
I'm a
flowing with
I'm a
Paradise
bit
Lost being
confused
rebooted
because
and your thoughts.
wasn't she
Um,
Nothing about
isn't
Paradise
she
Lost.
from
you know who Wonder Woman is. Yeah, that's rebooting her storyline
oh,
and
I never
and
saw
everything
the
like that.
TV show,
So
Which
the
one?
old TV show. I never saw that.
Which one? Which one?
The old Wonder Woman show.
Oh,
And
the one that
then
everyone supposed to respect because
and
she
then
did it first or something.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
A little bit Linda Carter. Nah, I didn't see it either. Without seeing consequential here.
I
you
did
gotta send a
watch the
copy.
two
You
movies.
gotta send a copy of
The
this.
first
Did you?
one
Oh,
with
Let me see
the
if I can do it real quick.
new lady. The first one was pretty good. The second one, the 84, that was terrible.
amen.
Um, I don't, I don't know a lot about Wonder Woman. And I've never seen the old show.
Okay.
Hmm. Did you see
This
the pilot that
this
was
button
done by
is to stop
Adriana
streaming,
Padalecki?
right?
Is
This
Padalecki or
is
Padalecki?
to know what's going on
The pilot
with
that got
streaming,
cancelled. They
right?
said no, we're not
And
doing this.
this is all you
With
gotta
Adriana
keep moving
Padalecki.
forward to.
Padalecki or
Make
Padalecki, one of
sure
them.
you ask everyone the same question about Wonder Man, so you can give your
Mm,
Yeah,
own
so that
thoughts.
to me,
Everybody
no.
might be
I
waiting for
really
me
I would
to
have loved
say
if that
something.
was done.
If they say
No,
where am I, just
I'm
tell them I
told
have to
I don't
take my
see.
daughter to work.
I don't know
So
too much about
you got
Wonder
this?
Woman.
Yeah.
I know what I saw to truth. I know what invisible chat. I said I never really studied Wonder Woman.
That's fine. The first movie did a pretty good job of giving her backstory. It did a very good job actually of giving her backstory. For the most part, fairly accurate, fairly faithful. So if you don't, even if you don't know much about Wonder Woman, that should give you a pretty decent idea as to her character for the most part. There's so much more to it. There's so much deeper. She goes up against Greek gods as well, Greek mythology, and she goes up against Norse gods as well in the comics. But
Well, then she,
which is so cool, but they don't talk about it because they don't care to talk about it for adaptations purposes.
but I thought she did go against the Greek god Ares.
Yes, but the caricature type was different. He was kind of very uncharacteristic in that thing in the first movie, which is why a lot of people say that the worst part about the movie, the first one, is when they finally introduced Ares and he was fighting, because that's not his fighting style. He don't look like that. He don't act like that. He don't fight like that. So that part was inaccurate and did a great disservice to a beautiful story, or what could have been a beautiful story.
Hmm.
Also, so what I just noticed,
So back to
the
back to
the
last
I've
picture
been
of
watching
Wonder
it.
Woman that
last
they're
one.
using
Just a
for
Facebook
for the
before we
article
get into
for this
Uh,
article that Jesse's reading. This picture is
I was
taken
going
from
for
the
the tats.
Smallville time continuity comics when they introduced Wonder Woman into Smallville.
Huh?
That's the exact same.
I thought my
That's the
son was
same
about to show out for
picture
Cardi B.
there. That's our drawing, I should say. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So finally, someone is giving some love to Smallville,
It was actually
or should
lit.
I
I
say
give
the
it to Bad
Smallville
Bunny.
comics
He did some lit shit.
series.
He did some lit shit. He did some lit shit.
The one that was after the initial seasons.
Yes. Oh, you know what
Okay.
it as well? Shout out. It's called Smallville Season 11 or Smallville Continuity Comics. And they introduced Wonder Woman. She was um a ambassador for Themyscira. She worked with the DEO, which was for some reason headed by not Crossbones, Black Mask,
He said,
that we saw in
he said all the liquor
Harley
stores is
Quinn
closed.
and the Fantabulous Adventures of Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, or something like that. That movie was called. But that Black Mask, he is the head of the DEO, which we saw in Supergirl instead of Hank Henshaw, which that's a whole great other thing. So I thought that was weird. Like, why would someone who's known as criminal be here, living it up on the righteous side? But it was cool nonetheless for that shake up to comics or whatever.
Did I see that?
But to see that image here is like, you know what? I
Did
welcome
those
it.
words come out of my mouth? Did those words come out of my mouth? Did those words come out of my
And we're
mouth?
silent again.
Alright, alright. Now that's how you feel about the Paradise Lost.
Because we don't really know much about that's the story of the Amazonians. Well, no one really talks about it much. I don't really feel like the fans are losing much. I just feel like it's just evidence that, well, as much as we want to trust that James Gunn has everything under wraps and that we can be sure to get some fire content, especially some much deserved and much needed for the streets, Wonder Woman content is not happening. We're getting everybody else, but the Wonder Woman, for some reason, the Wonder Woman fans not getting love. The Wonder Woman as like a character is not really getting the same love as her male counterparts, i.e., Batman and Superman. So it's just nothing new there. It's very sad, but unfortunately, nothing new there.
So is the Paradise Lost supposed to be like the origins of Wonder Woman?
No, Paradise Lost is supposed to be the origins of Wonder Woman. Think of it this way. Paradise Lost, the Wonder Woman would be what Krypton, what the show was to Man of Steel, because Krypton, the show, was set to be about the story about the grandfather, Segel, of Superman, Kal-El. So the same way, it's supposed to be a show about the ancestors of Wonder Woman. But as far as we know, from the comics, Wonder Woman's ancestors are some clay, depending on the story, and Zeus, depending on the story. But it's not going to be about any of those two. It's going to be about the Amazonians and how they are. But just know there is no Diana of Themyscira on that island. There's probably going to be no Hippolyta either, because Hippolyta is her, as far as she's concerned, her mother. Perhaps it's going to be about a young Hippolyta, baby Hippolyta or teen Hippolyta, maybe even young adult Hippolyta, um, growing up and navigating. And they live hundreds of years each, so who's to say that they won't just let the story be about Hippolyta this whole time? Which I don't know if that's going to be any, that would have been interesting anyways, is my point. Because we don't care for those people. We barely know enough about the Wonder Woman, much less to care about Hippolyta and her sisters, quote unquote, and whomever else. We don't know much about them. We don't care. Matter of fact, right now, I bet none of us on this panel even care about her brothers because that's right. Wonder Woman and other Amazonians, they have brothers who get sold to hell to work for Hephaestus. According to the comics, this is how they procreate. When they go out to sea and they will raid ships and they will kill some people and they kidnap some people. The dudes that they kidnap, they rape them, and after they finish raping the men, they kill the men, and then they give birth to girls. The girls stay on Themyscira and learn to be warriors, and then the dudes, if the boys when they're born, they get sold to hell to work for Hephaestus, the god of woodworker, god of smithing. They work with metal, like forging and whatnot. So yeah, very messed up stuff. If you want to tell that story, since they're going for the Game of Thrones approach, that would have been cool, I guess, and scary. But then, if the fact that they scrap it, that tells me they don't really know what the hell to do with Wonder Woman and her story, especially since you don't have the Wonder Woman aspect to it. If you remove that, which is the most important thing in a Wonder Woman story, how do you make it work? It's like trying to tell a Spider-Man story without Spider-Man. We know how those have been turning out. So yeah, maybe it's for the best, is my point. Maybe it's for the best. But it just goes to show that, hey, these people don't have a clue as to what to do. And unfortunately, the people who can do something have not been given a chance to do
Well,
so. And those people are the nerds that you see on YouTube coming up with their little fun theory videos and their storyboard videos and whatnot that I've spoken about on this podcast so many times before. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
okay. Sky, what you think about the Paradise Lost? Did Sky go already?
The Sky here. Sky is over there sulking and thinking to himself, oh, I ain't watching Daredevil. And I keep trying to tell him, hey, the Netflix series Daredevil is so good to watch.
The new one?
You'll feel so good about it.
The new
It's
one?
exactly, yeah, on Netflix, seasons 1, 2, and 3, fire.
Oh, I'm on like season one still.
Man, do it
You
at
know,
full speed. It's up.
I've been trying to watch Wonder Man. I'm on like episode 4.
Yo, I watched it last night. I started it was like 30 minutes long each episode, so I just sped it up. I had it at 1.5 speed. I was just cranking them out.
You sped it
Watch
up?
all them. Yeah, man. I'll put the speed to 1.5 on my phone, on my wife's phone, and I was watching it.
What you rated 1 through 10?
I'm gonna give it a 5.
5.
I feel nothing afterward. I was like, I guess.
Like,
Like,
do you think they should
I
keep him
felt
around, or you think they should pack him up?
keep him around, yes, but remove him from that environment. Actually, give him something worth his time because he is in the comics. He's a very significant player in the comics. He was one of those people who helped to boost the storylines of other characters. He is part of the reason why Iron Man operates the way that he does because him and he was introduced as a villain in the comics, if I remember correctly, and his arch nemesis, so the person that he had beef with the most, was Iron Man, Tony Stark, because of some shady business deal that went wrong or something like that. Then he got fused accidentally with some chemicals or some explosion or whatever that went wrong because of Iron Man. and he became Wonder Man. This giant ball of energy that he couldn't control himself or whatever. Then eventually he could. He became a member of the Avengers. I don't remember which branch of the Avengers he became a member of. And he was a more prominent member of the Avengers than Iron Man in the comics at the time. Something happened along the lines. Then he died. His consciousness got transferred into Vision. So whereas in the MCU we see that Vision came to life because of the Soul Stone, no, that was the consciousness of Wonder Man in the comics the whole time. Even now, it's still Wonder Man's consciousness. Then they brought Wonder Man back to life. Part of his soul is still in Vision with all the memories that he had. So the reason why Vision even got with Wanda and that became a thing is because as far as Vision is concerned, he is Wonder Man still. So everything, all his emotions and feelings and the love that he has towards Wanda or Scarlet Witch is because that's what Wonder Man feels and had towards Scarlet Witch. Wonder Man and Scarlet Witch were an item. They were so in love with each other. And here is Vision over here thinking that he's still Wonder Man, still has his feelings towards his one true love. And he must express them. He must still maintain that. Even though he's not a human anymore, he still must hold on to some humanity. And this woman will
Oh,
give that to him.
that's a real thing.
Yes,
Oh shit, didn't know that.
that's what I've been talking about from the weeks before.
Sky, you watched Wonder Man?
Yeah,
What you rate it?
I didn't see the end of it. Oh, I already saw what my rating was. I think last time I said 6.5. I give it a
Yeah, minus a
seven.
five.
I like the dialogue. Dialogue. I like boring stuff like that. I'm a dialogue type of person, so I like the dialogue more than like even though it had like a little bit of action, I didn't really care about the action. I just wanted
Exactly.
to see how the story was and the dialogue was. So
Yeah, the action felt like it
I
was
mean,
getting in the way of the
7.5 is
dialogue for
accurate to
real.
me. 7.5 is like 7.57. That's accurate.
You think they should keep him around or should they pack him up?
I would like to see a second season of it. I mean, it's different. You know, what I mean, it's not like like uppity and showing like the superhero being all happy and shit. Like it's like I said, it's just realism. You feel me? And some people get bored of that. Like people who got short attention spans and shit. So everybody always want to see somebody get their ass kicked, but don't never want to understand the story of how this person came to be. So I think it'd be cool to have another season. Just but I would expect them to put more fighting in the second season now. That's what
So
I'm
there's
thinking.
barely any fighting.
They're barely in fighting,
So
and
I
we
would think
still
like
don't
yo,
know,
if they add a
Sky. We
little bit
still don't
more
know how he
fighting
came
to
to
it,
be.
it'll still be good.
We
I mean,
still
it's
don't
gonna be
know
a
how he
while. I
came to
mean,
be.
yeah,
That's
but
the
that's what I'm
whole
saying. It's
season
gonna take them a
pass.
while.
We don't
I
know
was
how
surprised
he
at
came
how
to
they did
be.
it.
We just
I'm
know that he
surprised at
has
how
these
they did it
powers.
though.
I'm only a
At
couple
best,
of
he can assume that he was born with them powers. We don't know for certain, but it looks like he was born with these powers because he had them as a kid. Whereas Doorman,
But I'm not
like
gonna
I
say
was
he's
saying,
garbage.
the
I'm not
Doorman
gonna
in the
say he's
comics, he's a
garbage.
mutant. And since they want to give
Well,
mutants some love now, why didn't they make him a mutant again? Instead, they make him someone who is portraying horrible stereotypes about black people. They turned his hero getup into no, we're gonna rob a bank with this, and they made him kill Josh Gad.
but
They
that's what I'm
gave
saying. Like, if they
gave
put a
him
little
to
bit more fighting
alcoholism.
into it, at least get a nigga like 4 fighting scenes like to make him like so you can get a better understanding of his powers. But I
Also,
feel like they're gonna do it in dialogue.
Sky, I'm so happy you said that because um, who was saying how we don't know if he can pack up Doom or Sentry? Like you saw that fight scene. He knows what he's
No,
doing.
no, no.
He just
I didn't say
hiding
he
it.
couldn't pack
But
him up. What I'm saying is, if they was in a situation where they need somebody as powerful as that, he's not ready for that position.
yes, he is. That's my point. We see that he
Clearly
can do
not because
some.
he can't control his emotions. You
And
see it like when somebody's talking down on him, he can't control his. If you can't control your emotions, that means that you can't control your powers.
yes, you can be a liability, but guess what? You are still a weapon that can be aimed in a certain direction and do some damage. Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
but he
To
doesn't
your
even know
credit,
he's
be
doing it yet.
careful for the blowback. Watch out for him. Keep an eye on him. You feel me? You're right.
I
With
don't think he knows. I
but
don't
he
think he
is
knows his
still
full potential.
useful.
That's what
I don't think he knows.
I'm only like probably on like episode 5 or 4, and I mean from the only like from what I've seen so far, like from the breakouts that he's had so far, I mean he definitely got some strong power behind him. Like, bro, he could literally crack a wall without him even looking at the wall.
Yeah, but I don't think he was able to control it. I think like his emotions was what triggered his powers.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. But if that's just off the spark, like just off the trigger, bro. If they were to showcase him better and more fighting and
But that's what I'm
showcase
saying. They
more of
don't
his
give you the
powers,
full length of his powers. Yeah, they don't show him. They don't show you shit. They just show you like how strong. They show you like like how much it can get, but they don't show you like, yo, let me show you I'm a superhero. You feel me?
Also, he
Like the way
doesn't
he
officially
acting
have the name
is like
Wonder Man
he just got powers.
because
He
Wonder
acting
Man
like he
is
just got
already.
powers.
yeah. So we got the
I
last topic. What happened? What happened, OG?
I like the show
Which one?
with Wonder Man.
Okay,
You like Wonder
Cause
Man?
it
you like it?
feels like Wonder Man is his own worst enemy. And
Yes,
I thought that was interesting.
yes, right on.
And I thought there's so I put in the chat there's so many references to pop culture uh, that I thought that was kind of a fun um Easter egg. Like they talked about Pretty Woman, they talked about American Horror Story, they talked about the wardrobes for musical, the theater play. I put in the chat. They even talked about Midnight Cowboy. Like all these
Mm,
little pop culture references that are easy to miss.
mm,
Uh, I I didn't I didn't know you guys caught that or not.
mm. So,
And
OG,
yeah,
question: would it be safe to say that Wonder Man did a better job of showing what life as an actor is like than She-Hulk did at showing what life as a lawyer is like?
to be honest, I didn't finish She-Hulk.
I
I
don't blame you.
I don't think I watched it. And I know it was bad. I'm trying to get some Batwoman right now. Batgirl.
Mm,
But I thought it was interesting how he always self-sabotages himself. And you're right, it's not really a superhero movie. It's not. I'll give you that. I agree with that. It's not really a superhero movie. It's more about a movie about a struggling actor who just happens to have superpowers.
hmm And you know what? Also, remember back in the beginning when we started talking about Wonder Man, I had the theory that they were gonna directly follow the storyline of Blue Devil from Swamp Thing, and that's they're gonna just copy and paste it over here. They did that, but not in the same way, which I liked. So we never see Simon officially become Wonder Man. That still hasn't happened. But we see him be a fugitive from the law. But oh, spoiler alert! My bad. I'm sorry, Pat. But it's not the
He's a
same.
black superhero. With respect. He's a
Yeah.
black superhero.
So we have in with Blue Devil, the guy, the stuntman who wants a shot at the role of Blue Devil. Now he's playing that role for life because um the Phantom Stranger made him the Blue Devil, gave him the powers of the Blue Devil, and turned fiction into reality. But here we have someone who, in reality, has the powers, but still wants to play that fictional role, has a suit on and everything. Now, chances are that he might actually make fiction match his reality, not making fiction reality. He already has the real powers. Now he has a costume now to go with said powers, but nothing has officially been granted yet. We the show is called Wonder Man, but he never became. He's never called Wonder Man. He's never said, "I'm Wonder Man." At least not in the real sense. It's more of a fictional sense because he's an actor. If that makes any sense.
Well, he saw the Wonder Man movie with his dad,
Hmm.
and I think that what gave him an idea of Wonder Man
Yes,
was from his dad.
to want to be that. His father inspired that in him, lit that
Yeah.
fire in him to say, "Hey, you can be an actor," and that's the epitome. So,
Hmm.
as far as an actor wanting to pursue his dream, he did it. He accomplished his father can live on through the legacy of his son.
Can I
And
ask a weird
acting
question?
is as his, mhm.
Go ahead, shoot
Doesn't
Scott.
Doesn't Wonder Man's powers doesn't he get that from like a lab accident or something?
Exactly. That's what I just said. Why no one
So
listens to me?
how did he was born with this shit?
Exactly my point. But you
I
know who
just
was
was
born with
thinking
their
that while I was eating
powers?
my cereal. I'm like, wait, hold up. This nigga just got powers out of nowhere.
Exactly. That's why I said we don't know, even though you said, oh, we got some backstory. No, the hell we don't have a backstory. We don't know anything.
Oh shit, man.
We don't know it because now that doesn't make any sense. You know who was born with their powers? Doorman. But yet in the show, when you see Doorman, he got his powers accidentally from touching some rocks and goo, which doesn't make any sense. That's a lab accident, kind of. They switched them. They switched the power aesthetic for Doorman and Wonderman.
That's
Wonderman
crazy.
got his powers from a lab accident. Doorman was born with his powers as a mutant. They now show that they're mutant and proud in the MCU. So why you gonna change the backstory for Doorman and make him that type of character? That makes no sense. It's weird.
Unless he the real Wonder Man.
It makes you wonder, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say he the fake Wonder Man.
Got two Wonder Mans, nigga. You got two Wonder Mans. That dude and the other dude.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that show's definitely missing a couple key important things.
which is why overall it's a five for me. It just feels like meh.
But
Like
I
they made
said
some
this
changes.
before.
Cool.
Like
What's the
I
point of
said,
the changes? What did they add to the story? What did they add to characterization?
I
What did they add
said
for plot
this.
development? Nothing.
I said this was gonna be a character that they throw out to see if it gets buzz or not.
And
Already placed.
Pat, when
I
you
can see
watch
you having a
further,
second season. I can
Pat,
see you
you're
having a
gonna
second
see how
season.
they disrespect black actors. You're gonna see that.
Why you say they disrespect black actors?
When look at how they treat Doorman. Look at the whole way they treat Doorman. I don't remember if that's episode five or six
Shit.
when you see it, but you're gonna peep that whole episode. Look how they treat Doorman.
Word up. Word up. You'll
He
see why
doesn't
they call
deserve
him
that.
Batman. Welcome, Matt, man.
Mm. And Doorman is supposed to be like you've seen. Have you seen Mr. Immortal from was it um I believe it was Hawkeye, the Hawkeye series, the
I
old
look at
guy.
Dorman, I'm an OP for real.
Yeah, Mr. Immortal and Dorman are teammates for the Great Lake Avengers. Mr. Immortal not supposed to be so old, and Dorman is not supposed to be an actor, that type of an actor. He's not supposed to be funny or witty or whatnot. He's supposed to be the one who keeps people in line. He's supposed to be
That
want
shit
to be
is
a
so
superhero. He's not supposed to be
that shit is
using
crazy, bro.
his thing to be portrayed or to be ridiculed or to be made fun of or to downgrade just on the out here sipping yak and henny and getting drunk off the brown and killing people. That's not him.
So they got the wrong traits with Doorman.
Yes, completely. Justice for
Not even OP.
Dorman.
All I can do is phase through fucking walls and teleport.
Also, in the comics,
Hmm?
he died, but then he was brought back to life and he was made the guardian of bringing souls to the underlife. That's how important his role became. And you know who killed him? Um, Maelstrom. Did I get it right? Maelstrom
Oh,
or
you on the
Hellstrom?
computer?
That is tied to the Hellstrom series, which that is Satan's son, or one of the devil's sons. And in the comics, Hellstrom was married to Hellcat, and Hellcat is in Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones coming back. You see where I'm going with this? It's a whole thing.
I dig that.
Mm.
But hopefully, this is just a rumor with Paradise Lost. Hopefully, it's not dead. We can theorize on how many different things is happening. Simon, you're welcome to join on the stage. I sent you an invite. I'm glad you were here. Listen to our takes, listen to our ideas. I would love to hear yours before we um, leave here in 10 minutes. I just want to, give you the opportunity to come up on the stage and have a conversation with us. If not, you can just comment down below and said I'll not ready. I'll I'll come back on the next podcast. Um, on that note, Sky, any final thoughts of what we talked about today with Wonder Man, with Spider Man? Might be down to earth trying to face Kingpin with the new Clayface that got pushed back all the way until October, and with this Paradise Lost situation. What's going through your head, Scott?
Um, well, I guess everything else was good. I hope they do something with Wonder Man. Um, Daredevil's asked me, so well, we can't go into that, but I don't care about that. Wonder Woman, I hope they make a better one because it's like repeating it is you just wasting your time. And other than that, that's it.
Any final, same question to you, Nas. Any final thoughts? What's running through your head?
Uh, I hope Gunn knows what he's doing. I hope that the folks over at Marvel know what they're doing. I hope that for once they finally listen to smart people and stop doing dumb stuff. Stop making dumb editorial choices to characters. Makes no sense. And hey, Bible says my people die for lack of knowledge. The MC is about to die out if these people don't actually get knowledgeable people up in there who know what they're doing or know what they're talking about. And I enjoy these mediums. I love them. I look forward to seeing my favorite characters on the screen, seeing different stories being told, utilizing more elements from the comics and whatnot. I love seeing that. Just do it right. Don't make me feel like you, the multi-billion-dollar corporations, don't know what the hell you're doing. Because you have teams behind you whose job it is to know what the hell you're doing, if that makes any sense. That's what they get paid to do, to know what they're doing. So know what you're doing, you know?
Word. Pat, any final thoughts? What's picking through your head?
Now I'm gonna finish up Wonder Man. I'm gonna see what Sky was talking about and Nas, and I'll have my reviews for y'all next Sunday.
Also, if you want a better Pat, if you want a better version of Wonder Man, check out Avengers Last Stand, or not a Last Stand, United Day Stand, I believe it's called, the show. The suit aesthetic is weird, but on the show, if I remember correctly, Wonder Man was the leader of the Avengers when he came on the scene. So that is a cooler version of Wonder Man than the one that we got in live action.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out.
Put it in the Facebook so we can get a real accurate source, Nas.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Yeah. Oh, OG, any final thoughts? Same question.
Thank you for having me.
Same question to you. What's on your mind with Wonder Man, Spider-Man with coming with Kingpin as a villain, um, with Clayface getting pushed back, with Paradise Lost? What are your final thoughts with all those topics?
So
So
I
I
I really enjoyed the Wonder Man. I I thought there were so many little pop cultural ref- references and Easter eggs, and the and his own self sabotaging us. But it didn't feel like Marvel to me. It didn't feel like a Marvel show.
exactly.
And I can see why people don't like it. It felt like it could have been separate from Marvel, and it would have been better. Um, these are my thoughts on Spider-Man.
Yes, Spider-Man, where Spider-Man is bringing the Defenders with him to face off Kingpin, and that's one topic. The other one with DC was Clayface being pushed back all the way into October, and then lastly, is it the reason why Paradise is getting rebooted or even shelved?
So Clayface, I can see them pushing back to October, because October has Halloween.
And the
And
horror
yeah,
aspect, yeah.
it has a horror aspect. So I get that.
Okay, so it doesn't
Um,
have no correlation where uh Wonder Woman Paradise Lost being maybe scrapped or rebooted or whatever is going on with that. It's not reason for it to be pushed back.
it could be both. I don't know a lot about Paradise Lost. I
Hmm.
need to research that more. But I think it has a lot to do with it being a whole show,
Hmm.
and it
No, it's gonna be a
and
film.
it
It's not gonna be a show. It's
uh
gonna be a film.
film. I'm sorry,
Hmm.
it's a film,
Hmm.
and it lines up with Halloween.
Okay. So
I
so the
can
only
see
reason
that.
why they pushed it back was because of Halloween.
I think it's part of the reason.
Okay, that makes sense.
Not the main reason, but yeah, could be a part of it. But in the article, they didn't put it to say. that didn't even make the list of reasons. It
Yeah,
was competition. They were competing with other projects that they had going up.
yeah, yeah. That's true
But
because
as far as the fans is concerned, that would be a valid reason to say, oh, let's put it where the Halloween stuff is, since Clayface and that's some kind of a monster thing. So yeah, for the fans, for the average fans who don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, that works as an excuse, as a reason as to why they do it that way. They push it back to then.
hmm
But it's just a month. It's just a month back. No big deal.
yeah,
Just gonna push
true,
back 1 month. It was September and it was pushed to October. No big deal.
true, true. And lastly, what your thoughts were Spider-Man being more down to earth and bringing the Defenders with him to face off Kingpin?
So, if we're making him more down to earth, they should make him an older Spider-Man. I think that
Mm,
would fit better than a younger Peter Parker, I mean. It should be an older Peter Parker, like the one from the Spider-Man PS4 game,
so you're
with
saying Tobey
more
Maguire should
about
have
his
that?
career,
So you're saying
more.
Tobey Maguire should have that, not Tom Holland?
I think it should be Tobey Maguire too, or Andrew Garfield will work also.
Hmm.
I can see Andrew Garfield as an older Spider-Man. He would fit better than a high school kid.
Hmm. Oh, so because he faced off because he faced off Green Goblin, so you think that he has a more better skill set to beat Kingpin?
No, I'm just saying the actor is better fitted to play an older Peter Parker.
Hmm.
I don't know, he just looked older to me. I don't know. Like
No,
he
no,
didn't.
it's your opinion. It is good.
He,
It's a good opinion because not everybody would choose a different actor to choose from to make it make sense to
he,
Kingpin. It's a great opinion.
he didn't get. Andrew Garfield didn't give off the high school vibe, high school kid vibe.
Mm.
I think that was a long story storyline to do for him. Like if we're gonna do Andrew Garfield, make him as a full adult, non-school, full career. I don't know, maybe villain where they had a complicated relationship with Mary Jane. That
Mm.
would be a better direction to
But
put
it's too late now.
Andrew. What do you mean?
It's too late now because they can't swap they can't swap Spider-Man. They can't like ginger swap him because he fits in the Marvel universe.
They
To
can,
and
but it would just make no sense to do it, and the backlash is not worth it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true because Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire is technically not canon to the Marvel universe. Is Sony's verse, and they do have a correlation there, but they don't really speak about it like that. The only character that can go between two verses is the one Tom Holland is, and the reason why they have it like that is because the animated version, which is Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. Without that, none of these Spider-Mans in real life action would not be canon to the Marvel verse. I think in conjecture that if they did not create it they did not create Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse animation, this whole live action would not make sense. I don't know
False.
if you guys disagree. I,
False.
okay, but that's the way I see it. You know, because think about it. After they did Into the Spider Verse, then that's when they put up um Tony Maguire, Andrew Garfield to beat Mysterio.
It would still make sense because of Loki.
To not be Mysterio, to be all this Spider Verse thing because he wanted to not everybody to know who he is.
It would still make sense because of Loki and because of Doctor Strange. Also, it would make as much sense as the writers wanted to make.
Yeah, but it
Into the
wouldn't
Spider
be
Verse is a great help. It's a very great help into easing that along, but they still could have done it without Into the Spider Verse.
for
I'm
real.
also thank God for Into the Spider Verse because that's the best Spider-Man movie to date.
Hmm.
But still, if you're gonna say that they needed that film to make sense of what they did
Now
in
just
No
a
Way
theory.
Home. Yeah, but yeah, but as a theory, if you want to theorize that this film was necessary, it was paramount to making sense of multiversal stuff when it relates to Spider-Man. Not so. It
Okay.
helps a great deal. It helps, especially because the movie is just so great. But for the sole purpose of understanding what the hell is going on in Far From Home, or should I say No Way Home, but whatever the last Tom Holland movie was called, that's BS. Because Loki was there, they already talk about timelines and variants and so on like that. You also
Hmm.
had Ant Man, who they did that as well,
Yeah.
and you had Multiverse of Madness. So yeah, three movies to get to explain that. Archer's like,
That
hey, see, we have these over here.
that makes sense. That totally makes sense.
Mm.
It just it just seems odd that when they did Into the Spider Verse is uh right after that transpired with Mysterio.
Yeah,
After
the lineup is weird. The lineup as to when they want to put these movies out or whatnot is definitely weird because if they had aligned movies and the scheduling right, everything could have been more cohesive. Instead of you have a hodgepodge of story that's supposed to go here, but then this piece over here can't work anymore because that moment's long past. So you have to
mhm.
do something else, but then you still want to tell a story, so you shoot one piece of story to something else, and it's just a mess.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes timing hurts creators as well. I'm not
True.
I'm I'm not gonna hold you. Like
Another
I'm
reason why animation is better over live action.
it's not is I wouldn't say that animation or live action is not
Because
even
all these problems you can
it's
take
not
care of and
better.
operate on
It's not
in animation
that is
over.
that is not that is not the context there. The context would be looking at it from an artistic view, which is the writer needs to have writers that are aces, like A-listers, like that done films that are eight or higher. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like you should be I get that some creators are like, nah, why would I look at him? He's not I can do better than him. Like, one of those stigmas. Like I hate those type of writers that can't be humble enough to hear a critique from a well-known writer or producer that produce great films and show why they are the top. They are the king of writers. They are the king of producers. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, Spike Lee. Spike Lee, all his films are great. uh the dude that did Sinisters. He's a writer and a producer. He did that shit with Flawless, and he got praised for it. I'm not saying I'm not saying that he don't go to different writers and try to figure out what would make sense before ending the script, Nas. So that's why I'm
Mm.
saying, like, when you have writers that creates a specific film and then don't go for the creative side of looking the next best to show what work or show what can't work, with this type of satire of creation. Make sense?
Mm.
Make sense? Make sense? Because like
I
you,
get you.
because like with going over writers and producers before these sets of films happen, we go over their background and be like, "Yo, you made this film, and this film was a five," or if we look at another person and this person made a film a seven, eight, nine, we're like, "Oh, okay, now we working with something." Like, I mean, I would say like, yeah, Matt, the guy that did Spider-Man, he wasn't a great writer at first. His first was a four. Then he started jumping to sixes, to sevens, to eights. And I'm sure that he went to another writer, another creator, and be like, can you look over my work and see what am I doing wrong or what I'm not bringing to the character development? So I'm talking about those other creators that don't want to show their work, don't want to be humble, and just think that they're better than everybody that that been there and knows the style of writing what audience need. It's not to make it modernized. It's not to hate the fact that right now we're in a time uh of can't say what you want to say. Instead of saying what you want to say, you have to find the creative complication of wording to make it make sense. But at the end of the day, I'm from I'm from Jersey. We